chip. He's 4 games away. So kudos to him. He's, 5'5", 140 pounds. He's just kidding. I am surprised by those 3 guys. And even Stankoven said until they came back from the Olympic break, they weren't clicking. So this is something that at the end of the season really came to form. So I think, I'm surprised that they are a 2-line team now.
Yeah, I mean, I got to put my hand up. I wondered if Freddie and the second line could get the Canes past Ottawa.
Right.
But
fair.
that's and right now they proved a lot of us wrong, my friend.
Yeah, that was the biggest question I had going into the playoffs for Carolina. How is the goaltending going to match up? Is Freddie Anderson going to be able to step up in this moment? And he has. I mean, he hasn't been faced with an overabundance of a workload throughout these games, over the 13 games that they've played, but he stepped up when he's needed to. He made some key saves against Montreal throughout that series, especially in Game 2. I thought Game 2 was going Montreal's way. It was leaning towards that, even going into overtime. I thought
they had opportunities in overtime.
Yeah, there were opportunities there, and I thought, what's going to happen if they're up 2-0? In a game that Carolina pretty much, for the most part, dominated. Freddie made some big key saves. They end up winning on that Ehlers goal in OT. But this is a different beast now. And I asked Ivan Barbashev specifically, how quickly do you plan on making yourself well acquainted with Freddie's crease? And he goes, I'm going to try as quickly as I can.
Is the matchup in the crease even, Stephen? Dave, you first?
Well, based on how they've played, yeah. I mean, until Freddie's getting peppered with shots and getting guys in the crease, that he's got a battle. I mean, you have to say that the goaltending is fairly even. Carter Hart's been doing it longer. Carter Hart's been having this since the last month of the season. He's been on his head. And I asked him about that as well yesterday during media day, and he said, look, we had this one game against Colorado, 3-2 in overtime, we won. We all looked at each other and said, boys, we got this. We got something going here. We're cooking now. And that's when the switch flipped for him and for the team. He's been lights out since. I don't think the goaltending matchup right here, I think you can't sway it one way or another.
No, I remember, Freddie has trouble or had trouble winning the big game. Marc-Andre Fleury was .951 when Vegas got to the Cup final in their first year.
Right.
He wasn't .951 when that series ended. So right now, let's see who buckles first.
But it's not even. Here's why. Okay? The way Carolina's constructed, they need Freddie to be a .930 save percentage guy. Vegas, because of their offense, because it's a better offensive team, Carter Hart could give up 3 goals, and they can win a game 4-3. I'm not sure that Carolina can win a 4-3 game, so I think it's more incumbent upon Freddie to outplay Hart. I don't think it's even. I think there's more pressure on Freddie to perform because of the way this team is constructed.
And one of the other storylines of that scoring is one power play with 5 forwards against the other one that's operating at 12-13%. So that's a storyline that we'll touch on as well. The coaches, the nostalgia of Jordan Staal, of Taylor Hall, the 4th longest player without appearing in a Stanley Cup final behind some big names like Ovi and Howard Chuck.
People forget he was an MVP.
And Joe Thornton, absolutely. Yep. And he's accepted his role. So that's a storyline as well. Steve Cooley, Dennis Bernstein, Dave Pagnotta, back here live in Raleigh ahead of game number 1 with more story. Oh! We forgot about 93. I forgot about 93.
No, you didn't.
We'll talk about him as well next as the players are about to come out of the ice any moment for the pregame warm-up. Stay with us. We'll be back right after.
Hey, this is Christopher Mad Dog Russo on Mad Dog Sports Radio. We fill your day with passionate sports talk and a little fun.
I was cracking up, man. That was just crazy.
Our lineup of heavy hitters leads off with D.A. and Babjack.
There's a lot going on up here. I can't just let it all out.
Adam Shine.
You gotta love sports.
Katie Nolan, Stephen A. Smith.
For those who are taken aback by what I said, I don't give a damn.
And then every afternoon at 3 Eastern, it's our show, Mad Dog Unleashed. Hear it all on Channel 82 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio puts you on the ice.
Charlie Coyle from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Why Columbus and extending right now?
I believe in this group. I believe in Rick Bowness, who's coming back, and the job that he's done in only a half season with us. I have a young family now, and we wanted some security and some term to be able to plant some roots and be locked down somewhere where we can be comfortable, but also play for a great team and have a chance to win.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
If you're a business owner with salespeople, how in the world could you say no to this offer? The top 20% of your salespeople close 80% of the business. 80% of all sales are closed after the 5th attempt, and 83% of all salespeople don't even ask for the sale once. Did you know that 90% of all salespeople have never even read one sales book? How many sales are being lost each month simply because your salespeople are not professionally trained how to sell? Hi, this is the world's top sales trainer, Jason Evans. I'm going to give you a free 45-minute video of pure sales training techniques that will increase your company's sales within days, guaranteed. This could double, even triple your company's sales. This video is closing, handling objections, and more. Just call us and leave us a voicemail with your email address, and we'll send you this amazing video for free. Call 800-500-8320. This is how to close from A to Z for any product or service, regardless of industry, whether you sell face-to-face or over the phone. Call 800-500-8320. That's 800-500-8320. Paid for by Power Sales University.
Hockey lives here.
On with Theodore over the Vegas line. Bedard cuts across the slot and fires. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
It's their third trip here. And Rod Brindamore's Carolina Hurricanes, 20 Junes ago, Rod was the captain and hoisted the cup at center ice after a thrilling 7-game series against the Edmonton Oilers. So many storylines. Let's start there.
Sure.
Torts and Brindamore and Torts, they're both lovable in so many ways, and maybe more so John can be a little less lovable. How do you view the coaching matchup in the series and what you think about their strategies going in, Dennis?
I think it's a huge storyline, Cool. I really think, because it's structure that Brindamore's put in that's worked very, very well. And Tortorella said it, Cool, he hasn't changed much. It was an attitude adjustment. He came in, lightened the load a little bit. Yeah, the message that Gassity gave this team wore thin. He wound up moving on. So I think that's a major, major thing, because it's structure versus – because I think all the adjustments Tortorella made were between the ears. I think that's what this team needed, and now they're playing well. Plus, it helps that Carter Hart's making saves and William Karlsson comes back in the lineup. I think it's a major matchup to the coaches. Dave?
Look, what Torch said coming into the playoffs with this team was he doesn't need to coach them. They know what they're doing. They just need to be guided in the right direction. They got to be put back on the right track. This team has so much talent. They've been there before. They've won before. You just got to move them in the right direction. And for this club, DB, like they got the tools to do that. They've got the guys that can make that happen. For Torts, it's just steering you back in the right direction.
And here's the thing. One coach develops systems. The other one changes mindsets. That's what Brindamore puts in systems. He changed the mindset of this team, and after Game 60, it's worked great for him.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see as this series develops. We all expect a long one, at least 6, hopefully 7 games, about John now at 19-4-1, knowing his team, Rod's mechanical system and structure of reloading and what they do in the offensive zone and the relentless back-checking and forechecking and how the tweaks are made on either side. It's going to be interesting because Rod knows his team a lot more as John is newer to his squad. As the Vegas Golden Knights hit the ice in the area to our left, obviously they're on the ice first wearing their road whites, and here comes the Carolina Hurricanes ahead of Game 1. Let's listen. It is one of the most underrated buildings in the NHL, and you're going to hear them through your radio dials this evening. Dave, this time beginning with you, another storyline. I don't think I need to tee you up. I'm just going to say 93.
Well, half of Toronto media is here, so they're making sure they're keeping tabs on this one. Mitch Marner's been absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic in these playoffs, and his game really evolved to another level. DB, you mentioned it earlier, when William Karlsson came back.
Yeah, moved them to the wing.
It allowed him to go back to that style of game, to that structure, to the way that he performs best as a winger. He didn't have to be responsible necessarily up the middle anymore defensively. He didn't need to focus on a two-way type of game. He's focusing on his game. And what Mitch Marner does best is play his game. The skill set that's there, the puck battles, the puck possession, the vision that he displays. He is a top elite player in the National Hockey League. And, everybody, he didn't crack 100 points. He had 100 points last year. It's his lowest offensive, total season in however many years. That's because he had to play 3/4 of the year as a two-way center. And he still put in 80 points. I don't see anybody complaining about Alex
He's playing out of
Barkov
position and
or
got all
Andrei
those points.
Kopitar,
Oh, come on.
Patrice Bergeron and those guys. Now, those are elites. I'm not saying that he's elite defensively, but they sacrificed Andrei Kopitar could have cracked 100 points every season if he wanted to. He focused in on the defensive element of the game, and that's what Mitch sacrificed this year was the offensive numbers. But he's going off this postseason, and he is my favorite to win Conn Smythe if Vegas wins.
Yeah, well, I think as much as Marner's doing cool, I think the key is Jack Eichel. I really do, because it always comes down to center. And again, the spawn that they have now with Carlson in there makes a world of difference. It gives Mitch the freedom to do what he needs to do on the wing. But I still think it comes down to Eichel and Stone and those guys. They have to lead by example. They've done it through 3 rounds. They need to do it for a 4th round to get their 2nd cup.
Yeah, when you've got Eichel on one line, Marner on the other, and Stone on a third, you talk about layering in depth. And the real storyline is they knew Carlson was coming back the whole year.
Yep.
Marner was a placeholder.
Yep.
They kept Hurdle at 3 until they moved him to the wing with Sissons. So they knew it. They did it. They got Dowd.
And don't discount Dowd, because he takes faceoffs. That's a great 4C that you need to win a championship for.
But they went out and got him, but not a second-line center, which raised our eyebrows, but they knew 71 was going to come back.
Right.
So that's a storyline, as is 2 coaches. Cassidy and Torts have each used Marner to run the power play. Vegas' power play is going to score, Dennis, in this series. I'm more worried about Carolina. As good as Carolina's PK is, could this series be won by whose power play scores the most goals?
Well, if you're worried about Carolina's penalty kill, then you're talking about quality of competition. You're saying in the first 3 rounds, discount those numbers that are astronomical because they played lesser competition. And you're right. This is the best power play that they will play of the 4 rounds. So, yeah, it could absolutely decide the series, Cool.
Look, we don't have to dissect the coaching styles of both of these guys. Both of these guys are huge. I think Irv mentioned it earlier this week, the stat for Carolina, 100 playoff games so far. Roddy's been involved in 98 of them, either as a coach or a player. So he means a lot to this organization on and off the ice, and has meant a lot to this organization on and off the ice. And the players take that to heart. They take his messaging and what he's done for this franchise and what he continues to do seriously. They don't mess around with that. That message has been accepted and subscribed to by this Hurricanes team. And then again, on the other side, like, everyone bought into Torts. You talk to 90% of the players that he's coached, they love the guy. Total respect for him. He understood coming in, as we mentioned earlier, what he had to do. Again, just some fine-tuning. You guys know what you've got here. I just need to I don't even need to. I'm not painting any picture. I'm just framing this. That's kind of what Torts brought in here. He has made one change, though. We do know that Jeremy Lauzon is playing tonight, so he is back after some injury issues, but he's back in the lineup tonight on the blue line for Vegas.
I will say this, though. Carolina went into the box. They've been shorthanded 53 times through 3 rounds. They can't do that. They have to play with more responsibility. They can't take the obvious stick fouls, because if they're going to go in the box 4 or 5 times a game, Cool, that's a recipe for disaster.
I think the penalties and the power plays in this series, the most maybe in this game, and things are going to really settle down, which is going to be good, I think, for 5-on-5 hockey and what's at stake. We got Chris Rooney and Wes McCauley. We're down to the best 4 referees and learning from your mistakes. And I think Carolina did that. And in terms of layering, we talked about Eichel, Marner, and Stone on the 3 lines. You've got Aho and Jarvis with Svechnikov. We have the amazing second line, and Ehlers adding depth on the 3rd line. I need Aho and Jarvis to be better. They've scored 7 goals, 4 with a goalie in the net, Dennis. That won't cut it in this round.
But I will say this, Cool. If you think this is going to be a 5-on-5 series, that's an advantage for Carolina. They want a 5-on-5 series. They're the better 5-on-5 team. If they're going to go into the box, you're right, then it's going to be trouble. So, but I just think that if it's a 5-on-5 series and they're disciplined, I think that's a path to victory for Carolina.
I just go back to the overall level of talent for me. And I know what Carolina does so well has brought them to this point and has made them so successful. Even 5 and I agree with you to an extent, because I think special teams, like in every major matchup, special teams plays a big factor, and I'm sure it will here tonight, because the potency that Vegas brings, even as good as Carolina's PK has been, they don't want to give him any opportunities. So this is going to be at that type of game. But I think the overall level of talent in this one, for me, leans in Vegas' favor.
I would say this. Carolina, look at the 1 seeds they faced. Suzuki, Dvorak, in the middle. Dvorak, and in the last round, Stutzla. It's not Jack Eichel. They got to raise their level. Their top 6, they're not going to face a better top 6. They haven't faced it in the first 3 rounds. So you can criticize them for quality of competition. But again, I could keep going back to, as much as you want to talk about Marner for Conn Smythe, I think the most valuable player in this round to this team is Jack Eichel.
Just under 9 minutes to go in the warm-up. Vegas and Carolina. The city's electric. The building is electric, and it's only going to get even more louder and hopping and jumping from here. Other storylines as it relates to this series, the depth. These teams are here because they have depth, and they've mostly been healthy. When Torch won in 04, the team, Tampa Bay, only lost 50-some-odd man games to injury the whole season long. Other than Lozon now in, Korzak out, Carolina's been really, really healthy. Let's go to the depth down to the 4th line. William Carrier was a Vegas Golden Knight, won a cup there.
Right.
Now he's on the Carolina Hurricanes. Are these 4th lines, like so many other matchups in the series, even? Which 12-man unit do you like better, Dennis?
A 12-man unit Fort-wise, I like Vegas better.
Yes.
But I think the bottom 6 is even. I think the advantage from Vegas is in the top 6, not the bottom 6. And to your point, Cole, if one of the 4th lines are productive, that team's going to win the series.
Are you on the same category, bottom 6, or the 4th line's a wash? And some of this series could be decided by the 3rd lines, who probably, Dave, won't play against each other. I'm going to guess Stahl is on Eichel. Now 4 against 4, which makes me intrigued. Who's checking Mitch Marner? Is it Taylor Hall? Is that 2 versus 2? Is that the matchup?
That's what I'm most curious about, to see how that gets played out here. Who is focusing on the top line? Who's focusing on that 3rd line? Where's defensively? Where's that being structured? Because that's going to leave people open. Remember. Yeah, I agree with you. The 3rd line for Carolina was led by Ehlers. Robinson contributed as well. Yep. But you've got Stone and Hurdle.
On a 3rd line.
And I forgot who's on the left side. Who is it?
Well, Sissons is playing the middle a little bit. Hurdle's moving over.
They've been rotating there. Yep. So that, again, more elite level of talent on that end. But how is that going to be displayed? And exactly, what are they doing with Stahl? How are they matching up there? And does that change when we go home to Vegas?
It will.
Does the match? Does the matchup change? Because then they can put William Karlsson against whoever's combating the most.
That's why Karlsson's so important, Cool. He's really a key factor here. But we haven't even talked about the guy who scored the most goals for Vegas this year. Howden and Dorofeev.
Well, Dorofeev, yeah.
Absolutely.
They both have 10 goals. Not Marner, not Eichel, not Stone. Stone's been great when he came back from injury, but those are the 2 guys leading the charge. Again, to your point, that's depth.
And that's what scared me from a Rod Brindamore perspective.
Absolutely.
So 4 against 4. I think Stahl against Eichel. I think the 3rd line against Aho, and then a sexy 2 versus 2.
Yeah.
If that ends up being the matchup, and then you got to pick, where's Slavin? Well, he's going to be on against one of the top 2 lines. Is it going to be more against Eichel? Is it going to be more against the Marner line? This is the strategies that we're talking about, and then the depth of the D, Dave, will also come into play as well.
Exactly. How is Carolina going to utilize the Walker-Miller combo, and how are they going to utilize Chatfield and Slavin? Exactly to your point. Because I think on the bottom one, you've got, who is it there? Nikishin and Gostisbehere. That might be defensively
a way of top 6. They can't be on against the top 6, which then opens up the Stone line to get that matchup. Right. And now we've got a game. Like when Quenneville moved Seneca to the 3rd line, so he would get Korzak. He scored against Korzak and Ben Hutton, and that took Korzak out of that series.
And you get those opportunities. By the way, we didn't expect any changes from Carolina, and there aren't any. The same lineup they were rolling with in the Eastern Conference Finals.
But to your point about coin flip, let's look at the other side of the coin.
Yep.
You know, I'm really eager to see how much Torch plays his 3rd pair. because those guys are going to get pressured by forecheck every time they're on the ice. I can't see them playing more than 8 minutes. I think he's going to shorten the bench because Lauzon and Coghlan, to handle this forecheck pressure, that's a key to this series as well.
And Lauzon's just back in the lineup for the first time since Game 6 against Utah.
And he hasn't seen a forecheck like this.
Yeah, the relentlessness. If we got something wrong, what did we get wrong, Dennis? What did we misjudge, overjudge, underjudge as it relates to our thoughts? We thought Vegas and Colorado would be longer, but we had injuries and we had some players underachieving. If we missed something here, what maybe could we have missed?
One of the teams doesn't get to their game. Like if Vegas with their zone exits can neutralize the forecheck of Carolina, then it's a different series. I don't think it will, but I think that's where we go wrong. If one team doesn't get to the game, and we know what their games are about, we've talked about it for the last hour, I think that's what we misjudged. So if one team can't get there, that's going to be detrimental to them winning.
If this means anything, the no bucket game in warm-ups, Vegas has won this one. Only 2 guys on Carolina, Stahl and Carrier, without their buckets here. I don't know how many total, but there were more guys on Vegas. If that influences anything, if you're superstitious or you're utilizing that in any way, there's the quick update on that end.
Hockey fans know, and the people who listen and subscribe to this channel are elite hockey fans, and they get that these are the best 2 teams, and they're here for a reason.
Yes,
How do you think this will play? Let's start with you, stateside. Will this series have to gain momentum with a overtime victory, 4-3 tonight? We talked about numbers and everything with Gary. How do you think this will play Vegas, Raleigh, USA?
Well, we've seen the increase in viewership in the States. It's double digits. Now the Stanley Cup Finals here, and now you're going to not watch it? Doesn't make sense, Cool. I don't think look, there's not a lot of star power on Carolina. There's a bunch of stars on Vegas. I think it's going to be at the same level that we've seen viewership for the last 3 rounds. I think this could be record-breaking. ESPN's given a lot of coverage to it. So I don't think the fact that it's Vegas and Carolina, maybe it's not the sexiest matchup, but I think the games will be compelling, so I think the viewership will still be through the roof.
Dave, for you, the question is, same question, north of the border. Does 93 help in the numbers?
100%, absolutely. With all the hoopla that the Toronto market, they can't let it go. All the hoopla in the Toronto market.
Okay, so let me ask this question. So is Canada rooting for Vegas because of Marner?
No, I think they're rooting for Carolina.
Why?
Because they don't want Marner to win.
But I'm saying outside of Toronto.
Oh, outside of Toronto.
Every other
outside
province.
of the Toronto, they're probably rooting for.
Well, hang on. So outside of Toronto, Vegas wears the black hat around the league now. Bruce Cassidy, what they've done to certain players.
Yeah, maybe Edmonton might not be cheering for him.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carolina is wearing the white hat. Vegas is wearing the black hat. Yep. I think around the world, Vegas was the cute and cuddly team in year 1.
Yes.
And then they turned into this big gorilla that's on the Empire State Building. So do you buy that they intentionally have turned themselves into the enemy?
I can see that. I mean, yeah, I buy it a little bit because I can see it because it's like you get it.
Well, the coaches, who likes Brindamore? Who likes Torts?
Right.
More people love Brindamore than love Torts. It works behind the bench too.
That's fair. Yeah, and you have other elements on Vegas that maybe people don't like, and maybe there's a couple little things.
There's a misperception. You think they care about perception?
Well, they don't.
No. They don't care. They don't care about the media.
Oh, I agree with that. Oh, yes, I agree.
Anybody. They want to win. And I'm a Rams fan, so I'll usually go. They're all in. And here's the value proposition in this series, Cool. It's an all-in team against a team who's built and developed teams. They don't take big swings. One team big swings. They do not care that they wear the black hats. They're embracing that. They don't care. They don't care about any of this stuff that's going on in the media. They just want to win, and they'll do anything in their power to win.
They're misfits.
Well, they used to be misfits. I don't know if they're misfits anymore.
Different kind now.
The next horn you hear will be to end the warm-up here, as there's only a scattering of players on the ice. So beginning with you, Dennis, tonight you can predict if you want.
Sure.
But the series, who wins and in how many games?
I think a low-scoring game tonight, so I'm playing under 5.5 goals. Who wins the series? I have Carolina in 7. I think it goes full route. Carolina wins probably in overtime in Game 7. Dave?
I like Vegas in the series. I like them in 6. And I keep teetering back and forth on who's winning tonight. I can't get a full grasp on it. It wouldn't shock me if the Hurricanes take Game 1, but I still think this series is going Vegas' direction.
I'll take Carolina just because. I'll take Game 7. I'll take overtime. And just to make it interesting, Taylor Hall wins the Conn Smythe Trophy and has a Conn Smythe type final. How about that, you 2010 Tyler Taylors? How about that, Dennis?
I love it. He's going to have a big final because Freddie Anderson's numbers are incredible. So I don't see it. And if it's a low-scoring series, I think Freddie's going to get it.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. Enjoy Game 1 right here on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. For Dave Pagnotta, Dennis Bernstein, I'm Steve Koulias. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final comes your way live right here. Next.
The NBA Finals are on SiriusXM.
There are certain guys that you need to win NBA championships.
It's Jalen Brunson and the Knicks.
Fires a three from the right side. You bet! Jalen Brunson can't be stopped right now.
Versus Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs.
Three ball on the way. Yes, sir. Victor Wembanyama feeling it.
It's Game 1. Tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. Hear the Spurs broadcast on NBA Radio, Channel 86. Hear the Knicks broadcast on Channel 81 and the SiriusXM app.
They're pounding on the door. They're calling on the phone. They're threatening to close your business. If debt has your business on the brink, call Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. For over 40 years, Ray Reynolds has helped thousands of customers get millions in cash credit. It's no wonder why they call Ray the godfather of credit. He may even be able to raise your score above 750 before the end of the year. You could even get a new personal or business credit line up to $50,000 within days. If your credit needs a rebuild, call Ray Reynolds and receive a $1,000 cash credit card at closing. Raise your credit score to 750 or more. Call Ray Reynolds at 800-938-7286. 800-938-7286. Learn about Ray's secrets to success and how he can fix and improve your credit score to 750 or more. Call the godfather of credit rebuild, Ray Reynolds, at 800-938-7286. 800-938-7286.
24/7 hockey. Hockey lives here.
Play it back for Gostisbehere. Traffic in front. Gostisbehere works it out front. They score!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio app.
Sports USA's coverage of the Stanley Cup Final is on the air.
Aho at the logo. Far side it goes, Jarvis, a shot. He scores! Seth Jarvis with a final dagger.
Tonight, it's Game 1 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes.
Far wing busting in. They score! The trailer all alone. He'll pick up the loose chain.
Now, live from the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina, here are John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe.
Sports USA, your home for the Stanley Cup Final, welcomes you to beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina, Lenovo Center in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. Good evening, everybody. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, Billy Jaffe. Welcome to the excitement of the Stanley Cup Final. We're here for this best-of-7 series, Edzo, that is going to be very close as we get an early look at these two teams.
Yeah, Johnny, great to be with you and Billy, and always a privilege to be a part of the greatest trophy and championship in all of professional sports, the Stanley Cup Final. And when you have two teams that, I don't want to say play similar styles, but they certainly have the same mindset where it's protect the puck, be in a good place defensively, and then when the opportunity strikes, it's like a hammer. And then they go and they want to have territorial time. They want to protect the puck in the offensive zone. Vegas does a little bit differently as far as the offensive zone, where they like to play in the corners, move the puck low to high, and then bang and crash the front of the net. I think Carolina's a little bit more skilled. They press their defensemen a little bit. So I think it's going to be a great chess match with two great coaches, and I'm expecting a long series.
You won the Cup with the Rangers in '94.
It's a long time ago, by the way.
I get that.
Yeah.
I remember it, though. Give us a feel for the journey. You know, the two teams have been on different roads. Carolina went through the first two rounds, 5 games short order. Montreal, Vegas, a big upset over Colorado. But when you get to this point, what's it like for the guys when they reach this pinnacle?
It's why you play. And it's hard not to think about what you're playing for. I think you use that as a galvanizing tool that it's okay to say, guys, we're 4 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup. Some guys will win it for the second time. Some guys are still trying to get it. And I think it's a motivational type of tool that you can use when you get to this stage and you know how to play. And for the guys that have played in the Cup final before, game 1 will be just another game. But for the boatload of guys that are doing this for the first time, you're going to think about your family. You're going to think about the people that helped you get here. You're going to think about how important game 1 is. So I think for the majority of the Vegas Golden Knights, the guys that have played in the Stanley Cup final and have won, I think have a leg up on Carolina because there's only 2 guys in the lineup with Carolina that have had a taste of the Stanley Cup. And, of course, Jordan Staal, the captain of the Canes, won the Stanley Cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins way back when.
How was your chat with the commissioner?
I thought it went pretty well. He shook my hand after and said, you still have a job and you can work with Billy and Johnny tonight.
We'll be the judge when we come back.
Not Aaron Judge, but just
a great conversation. The one and only Eddie Olczyk with the commissioner of the National Hockey League, Gary Bettman. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final right here on Sports USA.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that if you need a positive sign toward achieving your goal of home ownership, this is it. Because even though today's housing market can seem discouraging, our Home Buyer's Choice Loan offers members down payment options as low as 0% with no required private mortgage insurance. Look for your sign today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. Loan subject to approval and eligibility requirements. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/zerodown.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey, everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at LibertyMutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Well, Commissioner, first off, a happy birthday.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great? Yeah, you get any cake or ice cream or anything? Anybody take care of you today?
This is a working day.
Well, happy birthday, and thanks for joining us.
And if I can't be with my family, being with you at a Stanley Cup final game is a close second.
There's nothing better than being a part of a Stanley Cup final. I'd like to ask you, go back. You're going to be going in your 34th year next year, I believe.
But who's counting?
Yeah, I am. I won't follow up with another question, but I do want to ask you, if you go back 33 years, you presented the Stanley Cup trophy. I was on that team with the New York Rangers in 1994. If I would say to the younger...
Well, I presented the trophy the year before that to the Canadians.
The year before. My bad. Yeah. If I would say to you, Vegas and Carolina in a Stanley Cup final in the future of the National Hockey League, what do you think your younger self would have said?
Would have said that means we're growing dramatically and that we're engaging fans in places that people never thought was possible, and it would be a testament to the game and the players.
Right. When you look at both of those markets, what are you proud of besides the success that they're having on the ice?
Well, first of all, I was just outside watching a concert with tens of thousands of people. I remember that we played an outdoor game here 3 years ago. 56,000 people attended. What it tells me is that this franchise is doing very well on and off the ice, that there's a great fan base that's been built over the last 20 years since the last Stanley Cup. and that Vegas, they're going for their third cup in 9 years.
Amazing.
The expansion worked, relocation worked, and our teams are being well run, particularly in this case, the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes.
The ratings have been unbelievable.
They have been.
I want to ask...
And you're partially responsible for that in a different hat that you wear.
I appreciate that. I do want to ask you, how much momentum do you feel has come off of what took place in February in Milan for the National Hockey League?
I think we're looking, this season has been a moment in time. The game, I think, and you know as well as anybody because you're a keen observer and you played it, the game's never been better. The players have never been better. The competitive balance has never been better. The speed, the skill, the entertainment value of our game is not only comparable, but I think better than anything else in any of the sports. And that comes with great competitive balance, so fans, no matter where they are, can feel a part of it. But as important, you look at Four Nations, you look at the Olympics, you look at, as I said, the game. You look at things like heated rivalry and off-campus. So many things are coming at the game in so many positive ways. It's fueling this focus on something that's very special.
Next year, the season is starting a tad earlier than we have in the past. The thought process on the why, and how do you think it will benefit?
Well, we have 2 more regular season games.
Right.
And so I think it'll be fine. It probably ends a little earlier because we're not taking a 19-day break for the Olympics.
Right.
There's a lot of, do you start earlier in October, later in October, but then if you start later, you're closer to the end of June and the draft and summer. So, it's a balancing act. We have a certain number of games we got to get played, and we got a lot of extensive travel because of our footprint throughout North America, and so we try and strike the right balance.
Are you as excited as most hockey fans when you get to this time of the year, knowing that you've only got 2 teams remaining?
Well, except there's a little bit of dread that comes in because we haven't had a game for the last couple of nights, and I miss seeing the game. And I also know in somewhere between 4 and 7 games, that's going to be it through the summer, and I'm going to have to figure out how to re-engage my life at night.
So you're saying you slept pretty good the last couple of nights, or
no?
Just the anticipation.
I never sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep's overrated.
Yeah. Well, it's always great to see you. Happy birthday!
Thank you, and it's great to be with you.
Enjoy the night, and we look forward to seeing you down the road. And thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for all you do to bring our game to our fans. You do a marvelous job of it.
Appreciate it, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Great work, the one and only Eddie O and the Commissioner of the NHL, Gary Bettman, here in Raleigh. When we come back, Billy Chaffee will take a look at the lineups for game number 1, and Edzo has his game keys to this matchup between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final right here on Sports USA.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this late-night ad to make you more alert, which could help your driving. And science tells us that pulsing beats, faster, stimulating audio like traveling sound,
and voices on the higher, so-called brighter end of the audio spectrum like this can encourage focus.
Also, a familiar tune can help, so...
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Sports USA, your home for the Stanley Cup Final, welcomes you back to Raleigh, North Carolina, Lenovo Center. We get set for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights. For the look at tonight's lineups, let's go down to ice level and Billy Jaffe.
All right, Johnny, thank you very much. Thrilled to be with you and Edzo. In Carolina, I'm going to be positioned to the right of Freddie Anderson, zone 2 times. And in this game, the Carolina Hurricanes unbelievably healthy for the 8th game in a row, Johnny and Eddie. They're lining up the same guys. Nikishin was their last injury. He's back in. Just almost unprecedented health for them, but 8th game in a row for the same lineup. Their centers, Aho, Stankoven, Stahl, and Jankowski. To the other side, Vegas has been pretty darn healthy as well, especially the last 2 games. They got Mark Stone back. They also get Jeremy Lauzon back for this one, so their regular lineup is back in, and they add another 6'3", 210-pound guy on the back end. Their centers, Eichel, Carlson, Sissons, and Dowd. It's going to be a fantastic series. Back upstairs.
Okay, Billy, thanks very much. Ed, so let's tee it up now with your game keys. What do you have for us?
Well, I'm going to see who ends up winning the neutral zone, Johnny. The area in between the 2 blue lines, the managing of the puck. Offensively, making sure you're bypassing, not passing pucks through people, not trying to beat 2 and 3 people, managing the puck in a neutral zone. It may not be what you want to do. Dump the puck in and go get it. But the way that both of these teams check and press in the middle of the ice, you better know what the heck you're doing with the puck in the neutral zone.
Okay, both teams are red hot, as the crowd is right now. You can hear the Caniacs, 19,000 plus, waving towels as the teams get set to hit the ice. Only 6 times in history have both teams entered the Stanley Cup Final with win streaks of 4 or more games. Carolina has rattled off 4 in a row to get here. Vegas has won 6 straight. Vegas started this playoff year with a 6-game series win over Utah, 6 games over Anaheim, and then a 4-game sweep over the President's Trophy Colorado Avalanche. And Eddie, I think that's what impressed everybody.
Well, the door was open early in that series. Let's call it what it was. Arguably, you have, what, a top 2 defenseman, in my opinion, in the entire National Hockey League, and Cale Makar out. The door was open, and give Vegas credit. They went pounding right through that door. Colorado needed to win one of those 2 games early, and when you start chasing against really good teams, I don't care where you are and who you're playing, it is tough to come back when you lose the first 2 games at home. The door was open for Vegas. They took advantage with no Cale Makar. And then Colorado had to play a chase game, and what ended up happening? The brooms are out, and Vegas is in a cup final.
On the subject of brooms, Carolina swept Ottawa in round 1, swept Philadelphia in round 2, lost the first game against Montreal in the East Final 6-2, responded to win the next 4. Their path was masterful in terms of how they played. But it appears like it was a smooth route.
It should have been that way. It really should have. And they earned the opportunity to be the best team and to be the highest seed in the Eastern Conference. And it doesn't matter who's on your schedule. It doesn't matter who you have to play. You got to find a way to get it done. And to their credit, they were able to sweep, had 11 or 12 days off, Johnny. And the Canadians caught them they played, Rod Brindamore talked about it. He talked about it during the first period. He goes, I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before the way they were playing. So what ended up happening? They played better in the second. They lost the game. They found their game, and the Canadians hit a wall. Let's call it what it was. They ran out of gas. Carolina was able to take care of it, and it was on a platter for them to get to the final, and they've done that. This will be their greatest test in these playoffs, taking on the Vegas Golden Knights.
Vegas made a coaching change with 8 games left in the season. John Tortorella took over. They have gone 19-4-1 since. Carolina, first overall in the East, second overall in the NHL, and as Eddie just pointed out, that strong path, that clear lane to this 68th unique matchup in the history of the Stanley Cup Final. The teams are assembled along the blue lines, and we are just about ready to go for the national anthems. Let's go down to the PA voice, Wade Minter.
And please welcome the Stanley Cup. It's game one of the 2026 Stanley Cup Final, featuring the Vegas Golden Knights and your Carolina Hurricanes. Now let's meet the teams. First, the visiting Vegas Golden Knights. The head coach, John Tortorella. At forward in his 11th season, number 9, Jack Eichel. On defense in his 11th season, number 27, Shea Theodore. On defense in his 14th season, number 3, Braden McNabb. At forward in his 10th season, number 49, Ivan Barbashev. At forward in his 5th season, number 16, Pavel Dorofeev. And in goal in his 7th season, number 79, Carter Hart. And now the Carolina Hurricanes. The head coach, Rod Brind'Amour. On defense in his 6th season, number 5, Jalen Chatfield. At forward in his 11th season, number 27, Nikolai Ehlers. At forward in his 20th season, number 11, Jordan Staal. At forward in his 12th season, number 48, Jordan Martinook. On defense in his 11th season, number 74, Jacob Slavin. In goal in his 13th season, number 31, Frederick Anderson. Presenting tonight's colors is the Chatham County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. Now at this time, please rise if you are able. Kindly remove your caps and join us as we honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Signed tonight by Raleigh resident deaf performer with PXP, Karen DeSalou. And performed this evening by Adam Lee Decker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets are reclaim, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tonight's opening face-off is brought to you by Lowe's. Find what you need to get projects done from brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. The house lights are up. The loudness will intensify.
And there goes the Stanley Cup. The next time we see it, Johnny, one of these two teams are going to get the privilege and honor and the earned right to touch it.
That's what it's all about. Clad in their home black uniforms, the Canes will defend the gold. Down to my right, Frederik Andersen is the first Danish-born goaltender to play in the Stanley Cup Final. He has allowed 2 or fewer in 12 of 13 postseason games. Vegas down to our left in their road whites. Carter Hart has won his last 6 starts like his team. His save percentage is .924, and he has been spectacular in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Canes back to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in 20 years. They won the Cup in a 7-game hard-fought series against Edmonton in 2006. The Vegas Golden Knights, winners of the 2023 Stanley Cup. They've been to the final 3 times in their 9 years of existence. Jack Eichel for the Golden Knights, opposed by the captain of the Hurricanes, Jordan Staal, on the opening faceoff.
Keep an eye on this matchup.
The referees are Wes McCauley and Chris Rooney. And we are just about ready to go here. Chris Rooney will drop the puck. It is down. Sit back and enjoy the sounds of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final here on Sports USA. Near wall, neutral zone. The Golden Knights get to it, and Pavel Dorofeev will clear it down to Andersen in back of his own goal. Dorofeev, who's red hot with 10 goals, knocks it down along the near boards. Back to the near point, fished out. Nick Ehlers, 2-on-1 with Jordan Martinook. His shot, he scores! 25 seconds in, Nikolai Ehlers. And the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 1 are off and running.
Well, Nikolai Ehlers makes a great play at his own blue line. We talked about the neutral zone. He makes a self-play on the boards to chip it in behind Shea Theodore. Theodore goes for the puck. He gets caught standing still. Now it's a 2-on-1. Braden McNabb did not read this play. He was in the middle of the ice filling in on his partial 2-on-1. You have to understand who has the puck, Johnny. It's the most dangerous man, Nikolai Ehlers. You had Jordan Martinook busting to the far side. He's on his backhand. He needed to put some more pressure on Ehlers near the top of the circle. He shoots it in between the face-off dot and the hash marks from about 18 feet out, and he goes posting in a early 1-0 lead for the Canes.
The Canes have scored first in 12 of 14 playoff games now. Jackson Blake to the slot, broken up by Rasmus Anderson. Left to right, Vegas out to center. Laid in by William Karlsson. Brett Howden gets out to it. Mitch Marner kicks it wide in the slot. On the far flank, Howden shot off the side of the goal. Taylor Hall's got it, and the Canes will get it out to center ice. Shot right back in by Noah Hannafin. Near wall, Mitch Marner leads all players in terms of playoff scoring. Sean Walker off the far boards for Carolina. Through center. Chased down by Jeremy Lauzon. He's broken up. The Canes have control. Circling the wagons and laying it back to the point. Slavin gets it. Chatfield far point. Now Taylor Hall interrupted by Colton Sissons. High slot Stankoven. Slavin hits the near post. Set up beautifully by Logan Stankoven. What a start for Carolina here in Game 1. Vegas back out to center. Right wing side over the line, Mark Stone for Dylan Coughlin. He's rubbed out by the shoulder of Jalen Chatfield. It goes far side. Stone gets to it for Vegas. Far point, Shea Theodore shot, blocked in front. It deflects near corner. Seth Jarvis on it for Carolina. He's hit hard by Mark Stone, and it comes out to center. Braden McNabb through the middle in the skates of Sissons. It deflects all the way back. Down to our right in the Carolina zone for icing.
You know, one thing that is very noticeable, Johnny, for Carolina, they are super sharp on their passes. Tape to tape. Nobody has to break stride. Everything seems clean. Jacob Slavin got a good chance. He came down the left wing boards from his defensive position at the blue line. Excellent pass here by Logan Stankoven, and he goes right off the near post, as you mentioned. That puck, or actually the crossbar, that puck kind of rolled on him at the last second. And it's been an adventurous start there for Carter Hart and the Vegas Golden Knights.
Ehlers, his 5th goal of the playoffs, set up by Jalen Chatfield and Jacob Slavin at the 25-second mark. Ehlers recording his 14th career playoff goal. Face-off will come to dead center. They adjust the icing. The 4th line of Carolina, Mark Jankowski, Will Carrier, and Eric Robinson get out there. The 4th line of Vegas, Nick Dowd, Keegan Colasar, and Cole Smith. And both of these 4th groups have been outstanding for their respective teams. Along the near boards, a tie-up at the hash mark. Carrier shoved a bit by Shea Theodore. And it comes back to the veteran Braden McNabb, far corner. He's forechecked on the play. Carolina always aggressive with their forecheck. Cole Smith now will send it in. Anderson in back of his own goal. 4 hands, 1 near wall. Off Carrier. He's hassled by Cole Smith. Smith went down, got back up. He sets up Anderson. Near point. He'll walk it. A shot blocked by Shane Gostisbehere. He rescues the puck and clears it through center ice.
Thought Anderson had a chance to shoot the puck there, Johnny, a little quicker. He made a good little move at the blue line, and next thing you know, he hesitated, no shot.
Quick shot by Ehlers on a turnover. A slapper, left wing side goes wide. Sean Walker back of the goal. Ehlers out in front. Intended for Stahl, broken up by Jack Eichel. And it comes all the way back in the Carolina zone. Listen to this crowd. 3 minutes gone in period 1. 1-0 Carolina. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Ehlers in the shin guards of Martinook to the far corner. Lauzon shakes free of Martinook. Tries to clear it for Dorofeev. Puck is batted around along the far side. Down to our left, and now a reset for Vegas. Dylan Coughlin sends it back for Lauzon. Through center. Good coverage by Carolina. Walker will pop it along. Comes all the way back. No icing. Near corner. In the Vegas zone. Out to center. William Karlsson. Pawed down by Slavin. Recovered by Karlsson. Right on the money for Howden. And a great stick at the line by Slavin. And it goes out of play.
Got to be less east-west passing. More straight-ahead hockey for Vegas. You got to get the money makers going, Johnny. For you, the money makers is your voice.
I hope so.
For the hockey players out there, it's your legs. I know it's not your looks.
What about my legs?
At least it's not your looks. We know that.
Well,
but all in good.
Wait a minute.
I said that twice. I'm glad you caught it on
Billy's
second
opinion soon. All right, that's not fair.
So you got to make sure you're moving the puck straight ahead, not east-west, because as you picked up beautifully, that great stick by Jacob Slavin.
Slavin now triggers a breakout right to left through center for Taylor Hall. Near corner, Hannafin, an ex-Kane. First rounder in 2015. Puck is knocked down through center, reset by the Hurricanes. At the line near side, Taylor Hall's offside, and we get a stoppage.
I can see Billy from our great vantage point. As he mentioned in the open, he's to the right of Freddie Anderson, to the left of the Canes bench.
Looks like he's talking to fans down there.
Might have the best seat in the house, even though he's standing.
Yeah. Fellas, I do. I'm right next to the Storm Brew zone, so if you don't get me a few times, you'll know what I'll be doing. I made a deal with the 8 people next to me. They can take the mic, I can take the beverages. Back upstairs.
That's a good deal. You're right at home. Off the draw, circled out, outside the blue line near side, won by Carolina. Sean Walker out to center, Seth Jarvis in front of his own bench. Elevates the puck, corralled by Theodore. Out to center ice, the red line near side, Stone. Top of the center right circle, McNabb clears it in. Along the dasher near corner, Miller crunched by Stone. It goes far corner down to our right. Mark Stone to the slot, a shot taken. Goes wide. Good shot in the slot that time by Tomas Hertl. Now along the end boards, Hertl grinding on Miller, who's been great in these playoffs. Sissons a heavy hit on Jarvis.
That was right in front of Billy.
Out to center ice. It's knocked down and reset by Braden McNabb for Shea Theodore.
And Svechnikov got on cue, got Theodore a little bit earlier back in the offensive zone. Anytime you want to be physical, but with the skill level on both these teams, Johnny, You don't want to run out of position and make hits because they can make you pay.
Just about 5 minutes gone in period one. Game one, 1-0 Carolina. Early goal, Nikolai Ehlers. How early? 25 seconds in. Will Carrier with a big hit on Jeremy Lauzon in back of the goal. The puck comes out to the blue line where it's brought in offside.
Now this third pair for John Tortorella and the Vegas Golden Knights, they've been doing a lot of defending. Lauzon and Coughlin haven't had many clean exits. And the pressure that they're under with the Carolina Hurricanes, they're making it pretty simple. Get the puck in, force them to turn, and put a body on them below the goal line.
That goal is tied for the 8th fastest goal to open a Stanley Cup final game and the 3rd fastest in game one of the final. The goal scored by Nikolai Ehlers through center. Kick down, punished on entry, shoved down by Alexander Nikishin. The rookie, the Russian defenseman, with a big hit. Now Vegas leads the entire playoffs in terms of hits, and Carolina has had a physical edge early here in game one. At the line, Pavel Dorofeev, shoved by Chatfield. Left in back of the goal, the Canes get to it. Wound out. Good job by Jordan Stoltz, held in near point by Dorofeev. To clear it in back of the goal, Barbashev to the slot. Cleaned up by Ehlers. Barbashev, far side gets it back. Carolina on it though, in a steal, and they come out to center. Flung in, far to near side by Martinuk. At the hash mark, Ehlers grinding. To the point, Slavin, a shot, swallowed up by Carter Hart. 13:55 left to go, period one of game number one. It's 1-0 Carolina. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA. We'll be back after these local messages.
Country music's biggest stars.
It's Cody Johnson.
Hey, it's Ella Langley.
This is Riley Green.
And biggest fans.
Oh man, country music, can you beat this live?
Converge on downtown Nashville.
Give me some real.
CMA Fest.
With exclusive live interviews, performances, and more.
What happens at CMA Fest stays at CMA Fest. But we're going to have a good time. Amen.
All 4 days, starting Thursday.
CMA Fest!
On the highway.
Channel 56. And in the SiriusXM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Elliot Friedman.
My position on Matthews remains unchanged. They are going to have to convince him not only that they have a plan, but they can execute that plan. If he is convinced they can do that, then I think he's going to give them time. If they can't convince them they're going to do that, then they're going to have a problem.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey. NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Fantasy Sports Radio is helping you win your fantasy leagues right now on Channel 87.
Say goodbye, home run Aaron Judge.
From in-season fantasy baseball management to helping you prepare for your fantasy football drafts, Fantasy Sports Radio is here to help you dominate.
Don't ever take a player that you don't intend to keep all year. Don't do it. It's terrible management.
Fantasy Sports Radio, your home for fantasy sports. Channel 87 and on the SiriusXM app.
Welcome back to the Grainger broadcast booth inside Lenovo Center, along with Eddie Olczyk and Billy Jaffe. I'm John Forsland. Keep your team moving shift after shift with Grainger. You'll find over 1 million high-quality products for every industry when you call 1-800-GRAINGER. Click Grainger.com or just stop by.
Only 3 shots on goal. 2 for Carolina, 1 for Vegas. As we have a delay here, Nikolai Ehlers broke his stick off the ensuing face-off, so he heads to the bench and gets a new twig. And let's not forget the crossbar by Jacob Slavin as well. Right. So I think, Johnny, low event opportunities is probably where this series is going to end up going.
No doubt about it. Face-off win, Carolina near point. Slavin blocked in front.
Oh, Eichel, good defensive play. Jordan Staal looked like he was going to have an opportunity, but the good defensive play by Eichel.
Dorofeev in back of Freddie Anderson. Defended beautifully by Jacob Slavin. Far point held in by Vegas' Jack Eichel. Near corner, hunted down by Dorofeev. He's muscled by Chatfield. Staal hit hard, knocked down by Barbashev. Carolina now attempting to get it out, and they do.
That is a tough chore. That's offside.
Sent in by McNabb. 13:25 left in period one.
Barbashev on Stahl to knock Jordan Stahl off his skates. Barbashev was very selective. He found it, and to the left of Freddie Anderson, the opposite side where Billy Jaffe is reporting from, Barbashev skated a good 35 feet, and then he glided in. He didn't charge at him. He did the right thing, and he knocked Jordan Stahl right to his wallet. That's a heavy hit there by Barbashev, who has that ability.
He's a two-time Cup winner, and 83 hits coming in to lead the Stanley Cup playoffs. He won in 2019 with St. Louis, of course, 23 with the Golden Knights. He was traded there in that season. Jackson Blake, dead center, over the line of the zone. Left wing side, Hull, a handoff for Miller. Miller, a wrist shot caught by Carter Hart, and no further play.
When this line is going well, Stankoven, Blake, and Hall, it's a lot of odd man situations in the offensive zone. So turning a one-on-one into a two-on-one, a two-on-two into a three-on-two. When they are playing well, Johnny, they get people going through the front of the net. Not necessarily standing there. Hall will go there. Stankoven will go there. Blake will get in and out. But when that line is going, they're really doing a good job in the offensive zone that way.
Near circle draw won by Carolina. Flinger from the point by Aho. Denied. Stick save Hart. It deflects far corner. Coughlin's on it. Tomas Hertl will scoop it out to center ice. Mark Stone is there for Vegas, and he'll get it deep in the Carolina zone. Played off the glass and out that time. Sent out of the zone by Andrei Svechnikov, and the Canes will reset the play. Jacob Slavin down to our right just inside his own line. D to D with Chatfield. They trigger back in the Vegas zone. Coughlin takes over in front of his own goal out to center, where the puck will ricochet around right to Aho. 2-on-1, a shot. Jarvis caught. Carter Hart, as Jarvis attempted to go to the top shelf on Hart. Billy, down to you.
Guys, it's early, I know, but we're starting to see the matchup game, Edzo. It doesn't surprise me. I'll ask if it surprises you. I'll Stahl against Eichel. Those are just two big-time centermen. They've been going against each other already in this game. We see Aho, going out there specifically against Sissons as well. That leaves Stankoven against the other line, against the Carlson line. So something that I guess, Edzo, I'll say, does it seem obvious to you that these are the matchups that we got?
Yeah, it sure looks like it right now, Billy. So will John Tortorella try to hold the line back, maybe to get a matchup that he wants to get? That's all it might take, is that one shift. So you've only got one shot on goal, and you're approaching 8 minutes into period one of game one. Something might have to change, but I don't think you want to send any panic.
Blake in front for Hall, punched wide. Good forechecking again by Carolina.
If the players can feel that when a coach starts changing everything up really early, but it could be a subtle little change, and you're just trying to get some momentum on your side, because right now, another turnover by Shea Theodore, and Carolina almost made him pay.
Rasmus Anderson pressed on the play by Jankowski. The puck deflects to Keegan Colasar, and Vegas is back out. He'll get it deep. 11:30 left in period one. 1-0 Carolina. The puck squirts to the slot, and the score is minded there by Jankowski. Anderson right point for Vegas, and a glove save for Freddie Anderson.
Turnover by Jankowski. I thought it was an interesting point, too, that Billy makes about the, keeping an eye on the matchups. And Rod Brindamore, I don't think he's going to chase, but I certainly think that he's going to, when the time presents itself, stoppage of play, face off, whatever it might be, coming out of the TV timeout, you're able to get that matchup that you feel. But again, I go to it, Johnny. All it takes is that one time that you get away from the matchup, or it's advantageous for you and you open the door. Right. That might be the difference between winning a game and maybe eventually, being dramatic, to win the Stanley Cup.
Their circle draw down to our right, won by Carolina. They spring it down the ice. Martinook takes a hit along the near boards from Coughlin. Out of the far corner, Ehlers hit hard in the slot by Barbashev. Slavin with a shot blocked in front. And a good block that time by Jeremy Lauzon that comes out to center. Eichel. Left wing side, Dorothea. Back for Eichel. It jumps his stick out in front. And a quality look for the Golden Knights. It comes out to center. Slavin on the gallop. Over the line. Cross ice. Good back check by Dorothea. Loose play. Martinook denied by Hart on a turnover right out in front. And the Golden Knights survived that one.
That was Jordan Stahl about 12 feet out. It looked like he was going to have a clear-cut chance. and I believe it was the stick of Ivan Barbashev, who's got at least 3 hits on this shift and makes a huge defensive play in his own zone.
Noah Hannafin down to our left and back of the goal. Angles a pass out to the blue line far side. Stone through center. Intended for Sissons. It comes all the way down. Icing. 10:24 left to go in the opening period. 1-0 Carolina.
Barbashev was he was a wrecking ball out there every time somebody in Carolina touched the puck. I actually thought the contact, the last hit he got on Ehlers, actually kind of thought it was up a little bit high, and Ehlers was looking over at referee Chris Rooney, and Rooney would have none of it. But that was a huge play by Barbashev coming back on that back check on Jordan Stahl.
Near circle draw down to our left, won by Vegas. Possession now fought for along the far boards. Hurdle is tied up. He'll play it in back of the goal for Noah Hannafin. Mark Stone has it. Vegas left to right out to center ice. Halfway through period 1 of game 1. An early goal, Nick Ehlers, 25 seconds in for Carolina. Sebastian Aho, lead feed out to center. Jarvis, a handoff. Svechnikov to the far right wing side over the line. Cross ice. The pass broken up by Sissons on the way back, and he'll clear it back in the Carolina zone.
Well, we talk about no east-west when you have the opportunity. It's got to be 110% because both these teams track back so well defensively, especially with their forwards.
Well, the pace is really good, McNabb, and that is expected. McNabb forechecked. Vegas will survive it. They attempt to get it out. Flung out by Theodore. Recaptured by Keandre Miller. Right back in. McNabb, far hash mark in his own zone. D to D near side Theodore. Back out to center. 9:25 left in the opening period. Jackson Blake of Carolina will clear it in. Near corner. Theodore, a rim. Kicked out far side by Carlson. And Carolina, good positioning. They're right there in the center zone to start again. At the logo, it's Blake with a shoot-in and a line change coming up for the Hurricanes. Shots are 7-2 Carolina in the early going of game 1. Dead center. The Canes get to it. Flipped along by William Carrier. All the way back in the Vegas zone, Coughlin. Near corner. Fished out to center ice that time and cleared all the way back for Gostisbehere through center. Recaptured far blue line by Eric Robinson. He'll dump it in back of the goal. Coughlin now to the far corner. Theodore tries to get it out far side. It doesn't work. The Canes dog the puck. Jankowski center slot. Had it, lost it. Vegas in possession, back out. Overskating the puck near side of the blue line was Cole Smith. And Carolina will start again. They'll dump it through center ice. The Golden Knights get to it. They'll send it back deeper in the Carolina zone. Down to our right. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, Billy Chaffee. Sports USA Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final here in Raleigh. Out to center. Carolina with a 1-0 lead. They'll dump it all the way back in the Golden Knights zone. Coughlin all the way around for Dorothea. He's tied up at the blue line by Nick Ehlers near side. It comes out to the center zone. Eichel goes across. Picked off by Chatfield. He springs Ehlers all alone. He dinks. He scores! Nick Ehlers doubles down in game 1. 7:52 left in period 1. 2-0. Carolina.
What a beautiful move by Nick Ehlers. But Vegas had the puck at the far blue line, Johnny. And Jack Eichel tried to make a east-west type of pass. Jalen Chatfield got it. Vegas went for a change. And then Ehlers goes forehand, backhand on Carter Hart. That puck's got to get in deep. Carolina steps up. And Nick Ehlers has got it going on here in game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Through center ice. And the Canes get at it again to the far right wing side. Hannafin, a heavy hit in the corner that time on Jackson Blake. Far point Miller. He'll send it across for Taylor Hall, top of the near circle. A stick save by Carter Hart on a wrist shot, and it deflects on a play. 7:32 left to go in the opening period. Nikolai Ehlers has 2 goals, and the Carolina Hurricanes in game 1 have a 2-0 lead. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Final right here on Sports USA.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, We're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. Always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty. Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Kohl's. From comfy tees to hats and more, find everything you need to show off your team pride all season long at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Eddie, the Vegas Golden Knights during the break had a team meeting.
They did. Head coach John Tortorella got in the middle of the pile, and all the players on the bench huddled around him. He looked like it was very positive. But the 2 goals that they've given Carolina were on their own doing. Shea Theodore pinched on goal number 1 for Nikolai Ehlers. And then Jack Eichel turned the puck over, trying to go east-west with a pass. Stopped by Jaden Chatfield, and then Ehlers has a breakaway in the middle of a change. So for Vegas, forced Carolina to come 200 feet. No more freebies, no more gifts in the neutral zone.
Ehlers, his 2nd of the game, his 6th of the postseason. The play is offside at the Carolina blue line with 7:03 left in period 1. Jalen Chatfield has 2 points tonight. He gets the only assist on the goal at 12:08.
A tough start for Vegas. Lots of hockey to be played. And right now for Carolina, I mean, look at the start that they've had here the last couple of games that they've played. Yeah. In Montreal, 3-0 lead. Come home in game 5, 3-0 lead, and then eventually post. Now, different type of opponent, that being Vegas. But right now, Vegas is, I don't want to say they're on their heels, but certainly they're zigging when they should be zagging right now, Johnny.
It only takes a split second against Carolina if you do get on your heels.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's all it takes.
Because they are on their toes most all the time, and a good pinch in there by McNabb to keep the play alive offensively on the left wing board.
Far corner down to our right. McNabb has it through the blue, encumbering Nick Dowd near side, swept in by the backhand of Theodore. Far corner, Cole Smith for Vegas to the point. McNabb near side, Theodore. They score! Kolasar out in front, and the big blast from the near point by Shea Theodore. 6:32 left in this first period. It's Shea Theodore's goal, and the Golden Knights cut the lead in half.
Think about the huddle by Coach John Tortorella. And then this line goes to work. It all started because of the pinch by Braden McNabb. Now, the one thing we have to see, Johnny, was there interference with Frederik Andersen when he was standing in front of the net? Is Keegan Kolasar in the blue paint? Is there contact? Is he allowed to play his position? It looks like on the replay that I just saw quickly is that the left skate was in between the legs of Frederik Andersen as that shot came from the right wing boards from Rasmus Andersen. Is he allowed to play his position? There was some contact. Andersen kind of put his glove on the backside, and Carolina says, you know what? No, we're not going to challenge. Goal goes up, 2-1 game.
Well, if you're wrong, it's a power play, right? And that plays right into the hands of Vegas. A little skirmish off the center ice
Might
draw.
have a penalty here
in front of the Golden Knights bench. Let's take a listen.
'21 Vegas, minor penalty, cross-checking.
And the goal is going to go to Keegan Kolasar, Johnny. He redirected that puck in front of the net, as you mentioned.
So Howden takes a seat. Carolina to the power play, brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com.
Not a good penalty by Brett Howden. You got all the momentum coming over. Jaden Chatfield got the puck right in front of the Vegas Golden Knights bench. You dump the puck in. It's 100 feet away from your goal. You got to come in. You got to play the puck or body on body. His stick was up around the neck area of Chatfield. Right call made by referee Chris Rooney.
Carolina's power play is ranked at number 12, both overall and at home in the playoffs. Vegas is number 5 on the kill.
Started looking better in round 3 against Montreal.
Yes.
Started scoring a couple of goals, gained some confidence.
Near circle draw down to our left in the Vegas zone, won by the Golden Knights. It deflects far hash mark for Keandre Miller of Carolina. He'll rim it. Near side, Jackson Blake sends it below the goal line. Hall, a blind pass held in center point by Miller. He'll go far side for Stankoven and get it back. Keandre Miller, a shot pinballing off a body out in front, and that body was Jordan Stahl. Jackson Blake.
No stick for Jeremy Lauzon in front of the net.
He's a D-man, now staying. Stankoven to the goal line, fed all the way back now in a reset for Carolina. Blake holding onto it now. Hall out in front, backdoor Miller, blocked in front by the stickless Jeremy Lauzon. Carolina in possession, center point with Miller. Miller near flank Blake, a shot blocked again by Lauzon. Loose along the near boards, held in at the point by Miller. A real good job there. Along the near boards, Blake to the goal line, cradled by Jordan Stahl. He'll take it to the far corner. Taylor Hall now sends it back for Keandre Miller, who's picked up by Nick Dowd up top. Hall at the center point dancing, holding onto it, near ring, Blake. Cross ice pass intended for Miller. He'll play it along the boards and draw it all the way back to the far point. Now at the center point to the near hash. It's Blake of Carolina on his forehand. Miller, a one-timer, blocked by Sissons, and it comes out to center.
Beautiful job there by Sissons, about 10 feet from the blue line. Miller trying to one-time it, and he made like a goaltender. A left skate save and a beauty by Colton Sissons.
3 great blocks by Vegas so far on their kill. 30 seconds left in it. 4:50 left in the first. 2-1 Carolina in game 1. Gostisbehere out to center. Full flight through the center right zone. Aho. He'll gain entry, stumble. The puck is free near side for Nick Ehlers with 2 goals already. Back to the near point. It's Seth Jarvis. He'll set the table. Ehlers goal line. They work it out in front. The pass from Svechnikov knocked down, recaptured by Carolina. Ehlers will set it up to the goal line. He'll get it back. Far hash near side. It's Jarvis. Center point Gostisbehere fumbling the puck. Jack Eichel's on it, through center, out of the box, into the fray. Brett Howden, he turns, holds onto it, sends it across for a chance denied by Anderson. Beautiful bid in tight. As Noah Hannafin snuck in on the weak side and had a great look. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the opening period of game number 1. It's 2-1 Carolina. You're listening to the first game of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA. We'll be back after these local messages.
Country music's biggest stars.
It's Cody Johnson.
Hey, it's Ella Langley.
This is Riley Green.
And biggest fans.
Oh man, country music, can you beat this live?
Converge on downtown Nashville.
Give me some real.
CMA Fest.
With exclusive live interviews, performances, and more.
What happens at CMA Fest stays at CMA Fest. But we're going to have a good time. Amen.
All 4 days, starting Thursday.
CMA Fest!
On the highway.
Channel 56. And in the SiriusXM app.
24/7 hockey talk.
New Jersey Devils general manager Sonny Mado. Tell me about that experience working with the Panthers.
I see a lot of similarities here as well. You know, we have some really, really talented players. You know, even if not necessarily emulate style, because the Panthers were the Panthers. We have to be our own. You know, the Devils have to be the Devils. And I'm excited to sort of at least replicate a similar process.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91. And on your schedule with the SiriusXM app.
Major League Soccer is back on SiriusXM FC.
There is so much talent in this league right now.
All the top matches.
Messi scores left foot.
Featuring the icons who will star in the World Cup.
And what a goal from Heung-min Son.
And those who have conquered it.
Thomas Muller, that was poetry in motion.
MLS is back and better than ever on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports.
Here's Letang. 24/7 hockey. He missed the target. Draisaitl back the other way for the winner. Draisaitl scores!
John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe back with you here in Raleigh. 2-1 Carolina. 4:12 left, period 1, game 1. Face-off far circle. Down to our right in the Carolina zone, won by the Hurricanes. Jalen Chatfield with 2 assists tonight out to center ice. Chipped in the zone. And a handle for Carter Hart. He'll move it to the far wall. William Karlsson is sealed off there by Jackson Blake. It deflects in back of the goal. Rasmus Anderson near side. Brett Howden pinching down. Jacob Slavin on him. And the Golden Knights have possession. Out they come, 3 abreast through center. Right wing side over the line. Martyr, far side. Karlsson recovers the puck. He turns it off the paddle of Anderson. And now Howden from the slot with a shot block there by Jalen Chatfield. A breakaway. Logan Stankoven walks in. Dietz turned out by Hart.
What a pass by Jacob Slavin, setting up Stankoven with a clear-cut chance. And remember, that stop by Carter Hart.
Where the Canes, they will stretch out the ice. They do it again. 3:15 left in this first period. Vegas on the attack. Stone, far side hurdle out in front, intended for Sissons. And he was defended beautifully by Sean Walker out in front. Walker has the puck for Carolina. He'll race out to center, near side. From the red line, he'll dump it in. To the far wall, Braden McNabb of Vegas will get it out. The Golden Knights attempt to get to it, broken up by Walker. He turns it over to Theodore. Vegas back left to right one more time. Stone slides it in. Anderson in back of the goal. To the near wall, Mark Stone is checked by Seth Jarvis. Out of the pileup, Walker emerges in back of his own goal, goes far side, and Ariel flips it out to center. Jarvis on the near wing will dump it in for Carolina. To the corner. Svechnikov tied up by McNabb. The Golden Knights have possession. They clear it out to center. Carolina will cover it well and start again. 2:20 left in the opening period of game 1. Carolina with a 2-1 lead on 2 goals by Nick Ehlers.
10-3 shots in favor of Carolina right now.
And that's usually the situation. They have outshot their opponents all season by virtually a 2-1 margin in every game. And it has continued in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Through center. Jack Eichel broken up at the line. Chatfield will dump it out to center. Taking a swat at it, Jeremy Lauzon, and it deflects out of play.
Right into the Vegas bench. Hopefully everybody is okay. There's another situation. Eichel coming up those left wing boards, and Jack trying to make a play and turn the puck over at the blue line. Now, nothing happened there, but you have to make sure that those pucks are getting in deep, especially late in the period. But how about the save, though, by Carter Hart? Tried to go glove side low. A lot of stick handling by Logan Stankoven. And a huge save by Carter Hart there.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Empower. Invest well, live a little. Join our 19 million customers at empower.com. 1:44 left in period 1.
I'm sure every one of them is a fan of yours, Johnny.
I wouldn't think so. Out of the corner now. Leave my family out of it. Now down to the near point. Anderson will dump it all the way around it. Back of the goal to the far corner. Carolina zone. Kolasar tied up. Gottsespierre emerges with the puck. It's chopped along the near boards and out. Cleared out by Will Carrier down to Carter Hart. A steal by Carrier, the former Golden Knight in the neutral zone. Carolina tags up. Carrier was waiting for that, and now he'll clear it in on Hart. Carolina rolls a line change. 69 seconds left in period 1. Through center, Stankoven gains the zone, center point, a shot. Blocker save, Hart. And the Golden Knights will clean up the rebound. To the near corner, Kolasar. Checked on the play by the combination of Blake and Stankoven. And the crowd here in Raleigh, they love period 1. Kolasar. And Carolina is 6-0 at home in the postseason. Vegas is 6-2 on the road. Blake now. Swings it across for Keandre Miller through center.
Something's got to give with those numbers.
33 seconds left in period 1. Excellent observation. You're right on tonight, Edzo. Now Stankoven will bounce it in the glove hand of Carter Hart. Remember that breakaway save he made on Logan Stankoven late in the period. It's cleared down on Freddie Anderson. He'll sweep it to the far boards. Stumbling Jacob Slavin in back of his own goal. He recovers the puck beautifully. Svechnikov out to center. 3-on-2. Far wing. Blake defended by Hannafin. It rolls deeper in the zone. Played by Mitch Marner. He'll lift it out to center at the horn. That's all.
Well, I'm sure one thing for Vegas. They have to realize how good the opponent is, that being the Carolina Hurricanes, Johnny. When you try to go east-west, you better make sure. Because we've seen it. They've given them 2 opportunities by not getting the puck in deep. And then the first goal of the game was a tough read by Shea Theodore. Ehlers made a great play and scored the first goal. And obviously he got the second one. So the adjustment for Vegas is making sure you're playing a 200-foot game. Chip the puck in, go get it. If we're going to turn it over, it's going to be behind Freddie Anderson.
Okay, great stuff as always. At the end of period number 1, the Carolina Hurricanes 2, the Vegas Golden Knights 1. Coming up next, Rob Brinder has the intermission report. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final right here on Sports USA.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that if you need a positive sign toward achieving your goal of home ownership, this is it. Because even though today's housing market can seem discouraging, our Home Buyer's Choice Loan offers members down payment options as low as 0% with no required private mortgage insurance. Look for your sign today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. Loan subject to approval and eligibility requirements. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/zerodown.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love. This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Rob Brenner at the Sports USA studios. Your score after 1 period of play in Raleigh. Hurricanes 2 and the Golden Knights 1. This is Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Let's take a listen back to the highlights from the first period. It didn't take long for Carolina to break the ice.
It is down. Sit back and enjoy the sounds of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final here on Sports USA. Near wall, neutral zone. The Golden Knights get to it. And Pavel Dorofeev will clear it down to Anderson in back of his own goal. Dorofeev, who's red hot with 10 goals, knocks it down along the near boards. Back to the near point, fished out. Nick Ehlers, 2-on-1 with Jordan Martinook. His shot, he scores! 25 seconds in. Nikolai Ehlers. And the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 1 are off and running.
25 seconds into Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, and the Hurricanes were on the board courtesy of Nikolai Ehlers. Slavin and Chatfield picked up the assists, his 14th career playoff goal. That goal ties for the 8th quickest goal to open any Stanley Cup Final game and the 3rd quickest to open a Game 1 in the Stanley Cup Final. And as you heard right there from our John Forsland, the Hurricanes were off and running. That was just the start of the big first period for Ehlers. He would add on short time later.
All the way around for Dorofeev. He's tied up at the blue line by Nick Ehlers near side. It comes down to the center zone. Eichel goes across. Picked off by Chatfield. He springs Ehlers. All alone. He dekes. He scores! Nick Ehlers doubles down in Game 1. 7:52 left in period one, 2-0. Carolina.
Sixth of the playoffs, second of the game for Nikolai Ehlers at 12:08. Jalen Chatfield picks up the lone assist, his second assist in that period. 15th career playoff goal for Nikolai Ehlers. This is his second multi-goal game in these playoffs and his fifth career multi-goal game. That made it 2-0 Carolina. Vegas was desperate for an answer, and they got it courtesy of Shea Theodore.
Our corner down to our right. McNabb has it through the blue, encumbering Nick Dowd near side, swept in by the backhand of Theodore. Far corner, Cole Smith for Vegas to the point. McNabb near side, Theodore. They score! Colasar out in front, and the big blast from the near point by Shea Theodore. 6:32 left in this first period. It's Shea Theodore's goal, and the Golden Knights cut the lead in half.
Fifth of the playoffs for the veteran defenseman Shea Theodore, 13:28 from McNabb and Smith, 22nd career playoff goal, getting Vegas on the board, and boy, did they ever need that. Carolina tried to answer back late in the period.
And now Howden from the slot with a shot block there by Jalen Chatfield. A breakaway. Logan Stankoven walks in. Deeks turned out by Hart.
What a pass by Jacob Slavin, setting up Stankoven with a clear-cut chance. And remember, that stop by Carter Hart.
You got that right, Eddie Old. That was a huge save for Carter Hart. He was the much busier of the two netminders in period number one. He faced 12 shots, allowing a pair of goals. Freddie Anderson faced only 4 shots and allowed just 1 goal. And after one period of play in game one of the Stanley Cup final, it's the Hurricanes 2 and the Golden Knights 1. Coming up next, our Billy Jaffe is going to chat with Carolina forward Jordan Martinook. You're listening to game one of the Stanley Cup final on Sports USA.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round one through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay, things people love.
Welcome back to the Sports USA studio, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. I am Rob Brender. Progressive Insurance, insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. Adnan Virk, former NHL player Jason Demers paired up for a new podcast. It's NHL Unscripted with Virk and Demers, and when these guys get together each week, it's quite the experience. All topics are on the table: hockey, movies, wrestling, television, food, and you never know what guests will drop by. Listen to NHL Unscripted with Virk and Demers on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the free iHeart app and search Unscripted with Virk and Demers and start listening. It's time for our Fact of the Game, brought to you by Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Former New York Islanders great Ken Morrow is the only American-born player to win a gold medal at the Olympics and the Stanley Cup in the same year. He won both in 1980. At least one player will join him on that short list this year, with Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin both playing for the Golden Knights and Jacob Slavin on the Hurricanes. Your score after one period of play in Game 1, it's the Hurricanes 2 and the Golden Knights 1. Just a short time ago, our Billy Jaffe spoke to Hurricanes forward Jordan Martinook.
All right, thanks a lot, Jordan. What a start for you guys. Nick Ehlers get you guys going right away. How did that feel? How did that vibe go? I mean, this crazy way for you guys to start the game.
Yeah, the crowd was going early, and then Fly just kept them loud. So, yeah, that was incredible individual effort on both goals. But Chatty, obviously, on the second one, made a heck of a play to him. But yeah, Fly's flying. So that's what you like to see.
All right. On the scoreboard for a while, 2-0, you guys vastly outshot them. Then it becomes 2-1, and at least from my vantage point, game got a little bit tighter. What changed from that point on when Vegas got that one goal?
I don't know if it really changed. Both teams are trying to forecheck, and I think zone time is so important, and they got in on a couple forechecks at the end, and we're fine. I'm happy with the way we're playing, so we're good.
Lastly, you guys are seeing an awful lot of the Eichel line. I know it's no big deal for you guys. You guys see all the best lines, but what's that matchup like?
Yeah, you just got to relish in the opportunity to play against the best players in the world, and obviously he's one of them, and his two wingers have been playing incredibly well, so it's a big challenge. It's something that you love that your coach trusts you to do, and hopefully we can keep him contained.
Thanks for your time, Jordan.
That's Hurricanes forward Jordan Martinook with our Billy Jaffe. More of the intermission report is coming up next after one period of play. It's the Hurricanes 2 and the Golden Knights 1. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move. So she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that if you need a positive sign toward achieving your goal of home ownership, this is it. Because even though today's housing market can seem discouraging, our Home Buyer's Choice Loan offers members down payment options as low as 0% with no required private mortgage insurance. Look for your sign today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. Loan subject to approval and eligibility requirements. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/zerodown.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in. Deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Rob Render back at the Sports USA studios with more of the intermission report. Tonight's game is brought to you by Kohl's. From comfy tees to hats and more, find everything you need to show off your team pride all season at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Your score after one period of play in Raleigh, it's the Hurricanes 2 and the Golden Knights 1. Nick Ehlers scored both of the Carolina goals in that period. Shea Theodore answered back with the lone Vegas goal, taking us to where we stand heading into period number 2. Coming up after this, we're going to rejoin our John Forslund, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe for the second period. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Final on Sports USA.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price starting at $219.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Sports USA, your home for the Stanley Cup Final, welcomes you back to Raleigh, North Carolina, Game 1 of the final. The Carolina Hurricanes have a 2-1 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights as we get set for the second period. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe back with you. Carolina is 7-0 in the postseason when leading after one. Let's go down to Billy and kick this one off.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. Just a couple of quick observations from outside the glass here in the first period. Carolina's, their quick strike ability with the stretch play, Edzo, is something Vegas really hasn't seen in these playoffs yet. It's been, I think they've given up more breakaways in that period than they saw all in the previous series against Colorado. Also, Carolina's forechecking with a purpose where they're moving pucks in, up the wall quickly, and they're kind of breaking that zone defense that makes Vegas so stout, so tough in their own zone. Just something to keep an eye on. They're not blocking as many shots. Yeah, they had 8, but 4 of them, I believe, when they were killing the penalty. And lastly, the Theodore goal, though, despite the fact that, yes, Carolina really dominated that period, the Theodore goal kind of changed things, in my opinion, a little bit. Vegas, a couple of opportunities after that. They got to get better, though, overall in this period.
Well, I think, Billy, to your point about the stretch plays for Vegas, and we touched on it before the intermission, you cannot turn over the puck at the blue line and make it a short, I want to use a football term, a short field. You got to make sure that that puck is getting by the defense, force them to turn around. If they want to try to make the stretch passes, Johnny and Billy, 200 feet, feel free, but they can't be 130, 140 feet because they have such quick forwards that go to areas, and Carolina's defense do a really good job of getting it into an area in a foot race.
The start of tonight's second period is brought to you by Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, always putting clients' interests first. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. We're set for the second period of long changes. Carolina, the home team, will attack it from left to right. 2 goals for Nikolai Ehlers, who becomes the first player since Al McGinnis in the 1989 final with Calgary, who scored twice in the first period of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. We have all these numbers for you. And the Vegas Golden Knights have the goal from Shea Theodore, and that could be changed. It looked like it did kick off the stick of Keegan Colasart. We'll see. Second period underway. Braden McNabb at his own line, near side, out to center, flung in the zone off the backhand of Ivan Barbashev. Jacob Slavin in back of Freddie Anderson tries to clear it far side. Barbashev a steal. He sets up Eichel on the right wing. A shot, a zinger to the near corner, just wide, and it's held in. Now Barbashev with a shot. He scores! Eichel out of the corner. Ivan Barbashev in the dead slot. 19:30 left to go in the second period. This one 30 seconds into a period. The game is tied.
And the hit leader in this game with 5 hits in that first period gets on the score sheet. Beautiful pass by Jack Eichel to the right of Freddie Anderson. And Eichel made the whole play. But when he went to get the puck on that near side, he took a quick look into the slot area. And from the goal line to Barbashev from about 14 feet out, left circle, just let an absolute dart go short side, top shelf, and we are back even here. Beautiful play by the Vegas Golden Knights.
Ivan Barbashev, his 6th goal of the postseason, the 17th in his career. Tie game. Howden with a shot. Goes off the glove hand of Freddie Anderson. Vegas, an excellent start to the second period. Now back of the goal. Howden gets it from Carlson, grinding near side to the point for Hannafin. Near hash, Howden broken up. Blake's on it for Carolina. Back out to center, left to right. Keandre Miller will bump it along the near boards and get it to the corner. Hannafin fights it off for Vegas. Clears it near side for William Karlsson. Karlsson gets it back. Brett Howden in control out to center. Mitch Marner in the center right zone, checked and broken up by Chatfield. Puck lay loose in front of that Carolina bench, and the Canes are on it. Chatfield to the near wing, fed along but not deep by Hall. Now Chatfield will bounce it in on Carter Hart, and he'll hang on. Barbashev, his 6th goal of the postseason from Jack Eichel and Braden McNabb 30 seconds into the second period.
Cannot emphasize enough the play that Jack Eichel made. And it's a great teaching point for young hockey players out there listening, is to know what you're going to do with the puck before you get to it. You're on your way to the puck, take a quick look.
Near point shot off the draw by Chatfield, off the blocker of Hart, and the puck comes out to center. Eichel now has 17 assists in the postseason. That leads everybody in that category. Shea Theodore with a goal tonight in back of his own goal, down to our right. He'll chip out to center by Hurdle. Accepted in his own zone by Jacob Slavin, far side. He'll dump it through center and back in Golden Knights territory. Theodore off a stick through center, went off Svechnikov, and he'll get to it near side for Carolina, attempting a reset. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second period. Game 1 tied at 2. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, Billy Jaffe, Lenovo Center, Raleigh, North Carolina. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final here on Sports USA. Center right zone near side McNabb for Vegas for Colasar. At the center point, they cross the line. Colasar rubbed out of it by Will Carrier. Far corner Dowd for Vegas. Near point Lozon overskating it. And it comes back to the center right zone.
Much different team for Vegas here to start the second period. It's just very simple. It's straight ahead, getting pucks in deep, going to work. And Carolina seems like the team now, they're on their heels. So it is a game about momentum. And right now, Vegas has got it.
Vegas has 11 cup winners on their roster. Out of the corner now. A 4-man scrum down to our right. Puck kicks out. Vegas in good defensive position. Cole Smith out to center. Broken up by Gostisbehere. Smith in front of his own bench gets it back and dumps it in. 16:57 left in the second, tied at 2. Near wing. Over the Vegas line. Martinook canceled by Noah Hannafin. The Golden Knights get to it. Barbashev from the red line far side. He'll bounce it off the stick of Freddie Anderson, who was a little shaky on that one out of the corner. Kicked along by the Cane, Sean Walker. Nick Ehlers with 2 goals. Accelerates out to center. Walker dead center. Over the line near side Martinook. His shot fought off by Carter Hart. Deflecting along the near boards. Out of the corner Martinook. Rims it far side. The pass in the skates of Taylor Hall. Vegas gets to it. And now in a second chance they get it out. Near wing, left wing side, Eichel over the line. On his backhand, he goes deep, stripped beautifully by Keandre Miller. Near point, McNabb in front, Eichel's alone, just wide. Maybe Anderson got a piece of it. What a great look for Jack Eichel. Carolina back out. Jackson Blake, right wing side over the line for Taylor Hall. He's shouldered by McNabb. They go to the near wall, fished out by Marner and dumped out to center. Carolina reorganizes. Blake will send it back in. Shea Theodore. Jack Eichel out to center ice. Far side at the red line. He'll go cross corner. Vegas rolls a change. Chatfield kicks it out far corner. Slavin, it jumps his stick. Marner's on it. He'll swing it deeper in the zone. Racing to it, William Karlsson, but the race was won by Chatfield, and it goes out of play.
Boy, Vegas has found their game, and it's been pretty simple. Straight ahead hockey. Jack Eichel's made a couple of terrific plays in this second period, and he received a pass from Braden McNabb, a couple of little stick handles, and trying to beat Freddie Anderson to the near side right wing boards. And about 5 feet out, he just looked like he had lost control of the puck a little bit. Puck was a little bit too far in front of him, not able to really make a smooth play, but a couple of outstanding back-to-back shifts for Jack Eichel.
Faceoff will be in the far circle down to our left. William Karlsson, faceoff won by Sebastian Aho. Carolina will clear the puck off a stick in the Vegas bench for a stoppage of play. Faceoff will stay put in the Carolina zone. 15:32 left in the second period. Now tied at 2 on the goal by Ivan Barbashev. 30 seconds into period number 2.
And think about the goal they're giving to Theodore right now. The 2-0 game, huddle up by Coach John Tortorella and his team, and they get that big goal.
William Karlsson, Wild Bill, set up in the dead slot by Mitchell Marner, who picked up a loose puck off the draw in the far corner, and with 15:25 left in the second period, 3-2 Vegas.
What a start to the second period for the Vegas Golden Knights. They have put the hard hats on and gone to work. What a pass by Marner, as you mentioned, Johnny. And Karlsson standing all by himself. He had 3 Carolina players below the goal line. Sebastian Aho left the front of the net, and who was standing there? But William Karlsson, and he beat Freddie Anderson to the stick side. And it is all Vegas right now.
Karlsson, who missed the lion's share of the regular season with an injury. What a key player he is for Vegas, always has been. Out to center ice, an original misfit. Now, Jarvis taken out of the play by Jeremy Lauzon on a line rush, and the puck comes all the way back in the Carolina zone for icing here against Vegas. Karlsson getting a beautiful pass from Mitch Marner, who now leads the Stanley Cup playoffs in scoring.
Now, Aho was there. In behind Freddie Anderson, the puck was, and then once Aho left, Marner threw it back to where he came from, and the only person standing there was his line mate. And William Karlsson, no hesitation, a one-timer. And Vegas has got a 1-goal lead here with 14:57 left to go in period 2.
Carolina roared out to a 2-0 lead. Robinson with a shot, knocking the stick right out of the hands of Carter Hart. Off the face-off, Robinson, a slap shot from the right wing side. The puck is carried in offside at the Vegas blue line. 14:43 left in the second period.
Well, get the puck to the net right now if you're Carolina. And Robinson does that, and you see that puck hit the shaft of the stick, as you mentioned, Johnny, and more times than not, goaltender's going to hold on to that stick, but it had so much velocity, and maybe it caught Hart by surprise, and as you mentioned, the stick ended up flying out of his hand and ended up about 10 feet out in front of the blue paint, and luckily for him in Vegas, there was a whistle, and he was able to regather his stick. A little help there from Tomas Hertl.
Carter Hart had a huge breakaway save on Logan Stankoven in the first period. Vegas now with a 1-goal lead, early stages of the second period. Shea Theodore throws on the brakes down to our right and back of his own goal. Barbashev sends it back for McNabb. He'll carry the mail out to center. Forged in by Barbashev. Played loosely by Anderson right to Eichel. Out in front of sweep chance goes wide. Dorofeev had the opportunity. Eichel turns, shoots one. Anderson got a piece of it. Dorofeev tried to bank it off the goaltender, and that one was stopped at the near post. Eichel resets it near point. McNabb, he'll fling it off the end boards to the far corner. Dorofeev wins the battle. To the slot he goes. He's broken up. Dorofeev on a mission on this shift. And the puck finally comes out to center ice.
That first chance he had, Johnny, was a one-handed sweeper. And just missed the far side. Oh, reverse hit below the goal line. Beautifully done by Jordan Stahl on Ivan Barbashev.
Now Carter Hart will handle the puck in back of his own goal down to our right. They start a breakout to the Golden Knights. They clear it back in the Carolina zone. Nick Dowd in first. Off the back of the goal with a slot pass. It's a flex far side. Jankowski attempting to get it out to the neutral zone near side red line. It's forged in right wing side over the line. Carrier busting in. He'll circle to the far side with it. He's checked by Colasar, and help comes from Nick Dowd, and Vegas gets out of dodge, and they dump it in. Nikishin on it for Carolina. A far side rim comes all the way back in the Vegas zone. This is icing.
They're keeping the game pretty simple right now, that being the Vegas Golden Knights. They realized that east-west plays were not working in period one. Unless it's 110%, you make it, but pucks getting in deep, and they're forcing Carolina to turn and go get pucks below the goal line, and it's working to their advantage.
William Karlsson, the 35th goal of his playoff career, the second of this postseason from Marner and Howden at 4:35, 3-2 Vegas. Second period play, Howden right on it. He'll cycle out far side. Rasmus Andersson all alone. Marner! Maybe Andersson got a piece of it. A penalty upcoming here against Carolina. Long change for Hart. 6 skaters get out there for John Tortorella. Rasmus Andersson on the far wall. Forges in at the hash. A handoff, Marner. Hannafin in the slot. Near side at the point, Eichel. Far side reset by Karlsson. Marner sends it to the center point, Andersson. Near point, Noah Hannafin. To the goal line for Eichel. To the near hash mark, he'll scan the coverage. Hannafin, a one-timer up top, is blocked. It deflects to the near boards. Now to the corner. Reset by Eichel to the near hash. Marner in front. Beautiful pass for Howden. It's blocked. And finally, play is blown dead on the hooking call with 12:14 left in the second period.
'77 Carolina's got a minor for a hook.
So the penalty assessed against Carolina's Mark Jankowski. And as I said, 12:14 left to go in the second period. Vegas 3, Carolina 2. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA. We'll be back after these local messages.
The NBA Finals are on Sirius XM.
There are certain guys that you need to win NBA championships.
It's Jalen Brunson and the Knicks.
Fires a three from the right side. You bet! Jalen Brunson can't be stopped right now.
Versus Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs.
3-ball on the way. Yes, sir. Victor Wembanyama feeling it.
It's Game 1. Tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. Hear the Spurs broadcast on NBA Radio, Channel 86. Hear the Knicks broadcast on Channel 81 and the Sirius XM app.
I've never seen anything quite like this in sports.
They are legends and icons.
Ohtani tees off. Shohei Ohtani, 1 of 1.
Unicorns in their sport.
Wemby rising deep three. We win! Victor Wembanyama 6 feet behind the line.
All right, that's unfair now. And you can hear every one of their games on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app.
These brothers are something special. It's great for the sport. Wow. Just wow.
Hockey 24/7 on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
They are not going to be married to the past. They are looking at the here and the now and what can help them continue to be successful going forward. I don't know if they even know what nostalgia is in Vegas when it comes to their players. They just move on. If you can't help us today, you're moving on.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to the Grainger broadcast booth inside Lenovo Center. Along with Eddie Olczyk and Billy Chaffee, I'm John Forsland. Think of Grainger as an experienced extension of your team. They have the high-quality products and the technical support to elevate your game. Click Grainger.com to get what your business needs. Power play number 1 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Face-off win, Hurdle. Near point, Marner. 5 forwards for Vegas on the power play. Near flank, Stone. In front, fanned on by Hurdle. He's converged on, and the Canes get a clear early thanks to Jordan Martinook. Carolina's penalty kill has been absolutely incredible in the postseason. They were great in the regular season, well over 90% overall and at home. In the zone now, it's shoved in by Mark Stone. Right wing side to the corner, Eichel, he digs it out. Near hash mark Dorofeev, who had 20 power play goals. in the regular season. To the point, Marner. They go center slot, handed off near side, Hurdle. Near hash mark, it's Jack Eichel. To the goal line for Stone, he'll walk it. A slot pass, deflects off a body. Hurdle stripped up, play continues. Stone, top of the near circle, Eichel. They'll look it over. Everything on the outskirts now to the bumper slot. Hurdle shot, swallowed up by Anderson. A turnaround wrister by Tomas Hurdle.
No, Vegas is doing what they want to do right now. They're working the penalty killers for Carolina. They're going down from the half wall down to the goal line near Mark Stone. They give it back to Eichel. Eichel looks for Hurdle. And Hurdle just not able to elevate that last chance on the near boards. Left wing side for Jack Eichel. He found Hurdle about 8 or 10 feet away from Freddie Anderson and didn't get a lot on it and didn't elevate it. But right now, Carolina needs a clear. They get one. But Vegas seems to have some confidence against this very, very good penalty-killing team, as you mentioned, Johnny.
Sean Walker sends it down. 52 seconds left on this power play for Vegas. 11:01 left second period. 3-2 Golden Knights here in Game 1. Eichel gains entry on the left side over the line to Orfia for Eichel in tight. They'll hold on to it. Has a lane in front of a shot. Anderson says no on Hurdle. Oh, a big stop by Freddie Anderson. Eichel shot off the post. Hit Karam's out. Now Dorofeev out of the far corner. Hurdle in back of the goal. He'll scan it. Near corner, it's Eichel. Center point, Marner. Wristing one. Turning his Hurdle. The outside Dorofeev just wide. On a beautiful pass. And it comes out to center. Some great looks on the power play. 10 seconds left in it. Hurdle over the line. Pushes everybody back. Pushes the puck to the near corner. He's hit hard. Good hit by Walker. Eichel fumbles the puck in the slot. Marner near wall. Cycling out Stone. Far side Anderson wristing one. Stopped by Freddie Anderson. Penalty is over. The Canes kill it. Just about halfway through Game 1. Vegas maintains a 1-goal lead.
Boy, they survived that. That being Carolina. Outstanding power play for the Vegas Golden Knights. Nothing to show for it, but the momentum certainly has continued.
In the previous round, Montreal did not have any looks like that with their power play, right? Not at all. Carlson now moves it along out to center. Carolina rims it back in. A handle for Carter Hart in back of the goal. Handoff for Rasmus Anderson. No relation to the Carolina goaltender Freddie. Now Gostisbehere out through center ice. Off the boards. All the way back. In the Vegas zone, far corner, Anderson, Rasmus Anderson. Tight turn away from Logan Stankoven's forechecking. Hanifin near corner, through center by Carlson, picked off by Nikishin. They'll play it through center. The Canes get it back as the crowd picks it up here at Lenovo Center. Far side, Hall with a weak shot wide, far post of Hart. Left along the near boards, forging down Chatfield. He took a bump from Hanifin. Noah moves the puck in back of the goal for Anderson. Now Sissons has a wide open man. Carlson, great pass. Out to center, Barbashev over the line. He'll stick handle in on a forward, Jordan Martinook.
That play by Carlson out of the zone. The exit allowed Anderson and Hanifin to get off the ice. It was an extended shift. Huge play you picked up there, Johnny, by William Karlsson.
Out of the corner, out of the scrum, down to our left. The Golden Knights get after it. Pry it out. Sissons had it. He lost it. Stripped. Dumped out through center ice by Svechnikov, but Vegas in possession again through center. At the logo, Carolina retakes it. Sean Walker dumps it in. And both teams in the process of a change here. With 8:15 left to go in the second period, 3-2 Vegas. Game number 1. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, Billy Jaffe, and Raleigh. A stretch pass for Smith, unattainable. They go near corner Carolina zone. Take a hit, he will, from Walker. Cole Smith grinding. He's a deadline acquisition from Nashville. Along the dasher, settled far corner by William Carrier. Carolina hit hard by Nick Dowd, and Carolina's back out through center ice. Miller at the line. Carrier back for Miller. Top of the circle. Some byplay. And back of the play.
Walker and Smith.
And keep an eye on that. No calls are made by the veteran tandem of Rooney and McCauley. Comes out through center. Cleared back in the Carolina zone. No icing.
Shots are now 14-12. Carolina.
So a quick turn of events here. An outstanding second period so far by Vegas. Hanifin can't clear center point. Miller. Shot taken. They score! It's Jordan Staal! DeAndre Miller keeps the zone. The captain gets it in the dead slot. And Carolina has tied game one.
A turnover by the Vegas Golden Knights. About 10 feet from their blue line. Puck's got to get out of the zone. The turnover by the former Carolina Hurricane defenseman Noah Hannafin. He tried to move this puck east-west. It wasn't there. It's kept in, and Jordan Staal, the captain, goes short side roof on Carter Hart, and threes are wild here in game one. And a big response by the Carolina Hurricanes after that penalty kill where they held on. And they're right back in this game.
At the age of 37, the motor still works very well for Jordan Staal. Third goal of the playoffs, 41st in his career. Puck is cleared back in the Vegas zone, far corner. Jordan Martin looking back of the goal. Ehlers tried to swing it in front. Near wall, zone kept by Chatfield. Staal in back of the goal, tries to wind out. He's hassled by McNabb. Barbashev will try to dump it out. Vegas loosely plays it again. And the Canes now tipping the scales, far corner. Staal rims it near side. Out of the corner, Barbashev, not out. Held in by Chatfield at the point. Cross ice, a tough pass to handle on a line change for Aho.
This is trouble here for Vegas. They got 3 times. They weren't able to get it out. Finally, on the 4th time they did, they got to get Theodore McNabb off the ice. They're absolutely out of gas right now.
They're still out there. Shea Theodore D to D in his own zone. McNabb near side, out to center with it. Flung along, and it goes off a stick out of play thanks to Tomas Hertl. So that'll break play with 6:17 left in the second period of game number 1. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes are tied at 3. You're listening to the first game of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team. With your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve. Because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience. Experience.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Discover. Discover wants everyone to feel special. That's why they double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
How about Jack Eichel? Become the fastest American-born player in NHL history. 50 career playoff assists in only 57 games. He just surpassed the outstanding player, Craig Janney, a long time in the National Hockey League, who did it in 61 games, Johnny. So pretty good company there by Jack Eichel.
What a great player in all 3 zones. Aho near point, Walker will swing at far point. Miller wristing one, blocker save, Hart directed off the end boards. Hertl's on it. Tomas Hertl. Far side gets help from Stone. Now Hannafin, who turned it over on the last goal. Far side it goes, flung in on the target, caught by Freddie Anderson by Colton Sissons, and that'll stop play. Jordan Stahl, again, his third goal of the postseason from DeAndre Miller and Jordan Martinook at 12:42 has tied it.
That was in a dead slot after the turnover. And it was a quick little wrister. Dylan Colgan, maybe a little bit of a fly-by screen on Carter Hart, Johnny. But from the slot area, from about 16 feet out, you talk about a prime scoring chance. It was on a platter for him, and he went top shelf. Beautiful shot. Quick little wrist snap, holding into his body, left-handed shot, and went back the other way on the short side, stick side on Carter Hart.
Now Carolina crossing that Vegas line, broken up. William Carlson for Brett Howden. The puck deflects in the penalty box along the near side. That'll stop play. 5:33 left in the second period. When you look at the 3 goals that Carolina has scored, Eddie, and it's really, in terms of Vegas, self-inflicted wounds on all 3 goals.
All 3 goals. And regardless of what ends up happening in this game, I think it's pretty easy to look at the game tape after. I'm not sure if they use the VCR or VHS tape anymore, but you sit there and say, look, we eliminate 2 of these 3 or 1 of the 3. We win the game, or whatever ends up happening. So the game within the game, and when you make mistakes, you gotta learn from them. And then when you get the mistakes made by the other team, you got to take advantage, and that's what Carolina has done.
Taylor Hall with a shot, top of the far circle off the glass. I remember black and white game film. Now out to center. William Carlson over the line near side. He'll dump it in.
Well, when you did the 1940 Rangers Stanley Cup winning team, I mean, that was
a great moment. Through center. Stankoven over the line, wrapped up by McNabb, hunted down and checked into the far corner wall. Vegas will scamper out to center ice in the person of Dorofeev. To the far side, Barbashev over the line, right wing side, he'll dump it. And back of the goal, picked off by Walker, who utilized the far wall, overskated by Eichel, recaptured by Ehlers, and back out. Left to right, Walker will cross the line, right wing side, Stankoven, good stick, McNabb, and it goes out of play.
Did you use a headset back then, or were you?
We just screamed a lot.
Oh, okay.
That's all we did. We yelled.
Telephone?
And the people around the pond.
On a telephone?
No. Just project your voice.
How about a fog one?
Like this.
Okay.
With 4:26 left to go in the second period of game number 1. We're tied at 3. You're listening to the first game of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA. We'll be back after these local messages.
Hey, this is Christopher Mad Dog Russo on Mad Dog Sports Radio. We fill your day with passionate sports talk and a little fun.
I was cracking up, man. That was just crazy.
Our lineup of heavy hitters leads off with D.A. and Babjack.
There's a lot going on up here. I can't just let it all out.
Adam Shine.
You gotta love sports.
Katie Nolan, Stephen A. Smith.
For those who are taken aback by what I said, I don't give a damn.
And then every afternoon at 3 Eastern, it's our show, Mad Dog Unleashed. Hear it all on Channel 82 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
The Stanley Cup Final is on Sirius XM.
Here's a chance. It's over.
The Carolina Hurricanes look to bring a second cup back to Tobacco Road.
He scores! Sebastian Aho with a bullet.
The Vegas Golden Knights look to capture their second in 3 years.
He shoots and scores! Jack Eichel.
Hear the home and away broadcasts of every game on Sirius XM in the car and on the Sirius XM app. And talk about the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
NHL Morning Skate.
Columbus Blue Jackets head coach Rick Bowness.
Clearly, we didn't finish the year the way we wanted. We had made so much progress, and then to let it slip away is very, very frustrating. But it's a great learning experience. They're all hurting as much as I am that we missed, so I did want to go back and see if we can get that organization back in the playoffs.
NHL Morning Skate. Weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern with Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin. NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe back with you here in Raleigh. 3-3. Late stages, second period, game 1, Stanley Cup Final. Far flank, a shot taken by Sean Walker, denied by Carter Hart. Let's go down to Billy Jeff.
You know, watching this period in the Vegas Golden Knights, for the most part, outside of that Hannafin turnover, really playing the game that they want, leads me to believe that this veteran team, a team that had 74 Stanley Cup games played coming into this one, compared to just 19 for Carolina, probably said in the locker room after the first Ed zone, Johnny, hey guys, no big deal. We didn't play well. We know it. We got to do better. And I guarantee you talk about Tortorella bringing the crew in the first period, I guarantee he didn't come in and yell at them or anything. He let the guys have the room in that period, Edzo, and he let them lead by example with some of their leaders.
Yeah, he already, a good point there, Billy. He already spoke what he did, and it worked. And look, let's just clean up, this thing, that thing, and let's give ourselves a chance. Let's not beat ourselves in this second period. They've certainly done that.
Carolina left to right through center. Cross-ice pass. Captured by Martinook to the far corner. Stalls on it. His goals just tied game one. Martinook in back of the goal. Tried to power out. Will rethink it out of the near corner. Take it in back of the goal. Backhanded pass. A shot flung wide by Ehlers. Near point Chatfield. Chatfield. Cross-ice beautiful pass. Martinook. Grazing metal. Maybe off the crossbar. We'll see now along the near side. Barbashev of Vegas back out to center. He'll flip a bouncer past Freddie Anderson. Slavin reverses it near corner for Jalen Chatfield. Slavin can't handle his pass. Vegas on it. In the slot, Carlson to the corner for Howden. Howden disrupted by Slavin. Stalls on it. Far hash mark in his own zone. Caroline out to center. Carried in the zone now. Powering in, lowering the shoulder. William Carey, a beautiful check. Lausanne just lays him out. And it comes out to center ice. Now Nikishin back in control of it. Out to center ice. Through center, goes by Jeremy Lausanne and all the way back. Carter Hart in the back of the net. Vegas right to left, starts a breakout. Howden in his own zone, near side neutral zone. At the red line, Lausanne. He'll dump it in. All the way around at the far hatch, Carlson to the slot. Hurdle shot, good stick. Disrupted on the play by Jankowski. And it comes out to center ice. Carolina on the march. Right wing side over the line, Jarvis. In tight to the slot. Off the stick of Hurdle. Pass intended for Gostisbehere. And it comes out to center.
Got to shoot that puck if you're Jarvis. He was about 20 feet from the net and looked past the whole way. You got to be selfish there, especially late in the period. The light was so green there, Johnny, and he deferred, and the play exploded.
Through center ice, it's cleared along. Maybe a break in. Aho on his back end. He goes forehand and shovels high.
Aho got in behind because there was a late change by Carolina. Vegas Golden Knights defenseman didn't see him and just airmailed that puck into the netting.
Coming up later, we'll select our Defender of the Game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of armed forces, veterans and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission.
Do I get that opportunity to name our Defender of the Game?
You do. That's a distinction for you.
It's a distinction?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an Edzo distinction. There's a few of those.
All right.
Starts early in the morning.
You're not saying extinction.
No. No. I didn't say that. Now, distinction. Now, out of the corner. Depends on, enunciation. Along the boards. Svechnikov overskates it out to center. Jailbreak Carolina. Right wing. Aho over the line. They'll swoop far side. Drop it off. They pass it across for Svechnikov. Good pass by Walker. But standing on it was Andrei Svechnikov. And it comes out to center. Walker's on it for Carolina. He'll rim it by Hart to the near side. But the play is offside. With $1:46 left to go in the second period.
Well, Sebastian Aho shot out of a cannon. Getting this puck through the neutral zone, knifing through. He actually dropped that puck to Jarvis, and then Jarvis with the bullet pass over to Svechnikov. No chance for him to handle that. I think if you're playing with Seth Jarvis right now there, Johnny, I think you get in his ear and say, no more passing. Shoot the puck.
And they're going to need those guys, right? Aho, Svechnikov, Jarvis. They've got a quiet playoff.
And Coach Rod Brindamore talked about them specifically, is that we're going to need them to get on the score sheet.
Right. Neutral zone draw. Martinook just shoving down Jeremy Lausanne. It comes out through center.
That puck hit Lausanne right in the face.
Through center. Stahl, hassled by Dorofeev.
He's trying to get off the ice, Johnny, and then he thought better of it late in the period here.
Under 90 seconds left, a tripping call along the near side as Vegas gained entry. Jalen Chatfield will take a seat as he tripped up Ivan Barbashev. Vegas back to the power play.
Great pressure there by Barbashev. Puck.
Carolina number 5, 2 minutes tripping.
Thank you, referee Chris Rooney. As Chatfield tried to make the play right at the blue line. Left wing boards of the Vegas Golden Knights in the second period, and Chatfield passed it right into Barbashev, and it looked like he was going to get a clear break, at least make a play in the offensive zone, and Chatfield upended him. So this power play didn't have anything good. It didn't score in the first, Johnny, but looked really good overall.
They had 2 shots, but to your point, they had great looks. Here they go again. 1:25 left in the second period. Tied at 3, game 1. Near circle draw. Hurdle, Stone, Eichel, Marner, Dorothea. That's the power play. The Canes get it out through center. Loose puck. Martinook was taken down. The unpaid officials don't like it in Raleigh. We play on.
A little bit of a partial sell there by Martinook.
Marner walks in, center point, near hash mark, tries to set it up on the power play to the goal line. Hurdle. Backhand pass near hash, Marner, center point, Eichel walking downhill. A shot off bodies wide. Out of the corner now, Dorothea resets it. Now Eichel in control of it. Dorothea to the slot, high slot, top of the circle, Hurdle. Center point settled by Marner, he'll move it. Dorothea, Marner, one-timer, off the glass. 39 seconds left in the period. 1:12 left in the power play. Game tied at 3. Hurdle near hash mark wins the battle from Stahl. Walked by Marner to the high slot. All the way across near side, Eichel. Eichel up top for Marner. Far side, Dorothea shut down by Freddie Anderson on both knees with a pad save. The Canes clear it out. 18 seconds left in the period. Head off the pegs. And back at Freddie Anderson, so they stop play.
I think the face-off's going to come outside here, Johnny. Vegas would love the face-off to be in the offensive zone, but referee Chris Rooney having a conversation with Mark Stone. The shot by Jack Eichel maybe got a little bit of iron in behind Freddie Anderson and on the glove side, and Jacob Slavin got tangled up with Mark Stone, and Slavin goes knuckles down to the ice there after Stone falls easily into the net.
And because of that, the face-off is outside the blue line on the near side.
I would say I could easily see it the other way, too.
So could I.
Yeah. So referee Wes McCauley was over talking to Rod Brindamore, head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, after this last little delay.
Like the 2 best teams, the best officials earn this opportunity in the final. 12 seconds left in the second period, tied at 3. Power play breakout. Rasmus Anderson rims it far to near side. 4 seconds left to the slot. Turnaround shot wide by Anderson. 1 second left. And the final hope is blocked out in front. 3-3 after 2.
Rasmus Anderson, if he would have seen Brett Howden, he was wide open to his right when he spun around and got that puck on the left side of the ice with time expiring. It's clock management. You think you know how much time you have. You always want to try to get it to the net, but there was time if he did. He had a wide open net if he would have found him. Good period for the Vegas Golden Knights. Much better than period 1.
At the end of 2 periods, the Vegas Golden Knights, the Carolina Hurricanes in game 1 are tied at 3. Coming up next, Rob Brinder has the intermission report. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this late-night ad to make you more alert, which could help your driving. And science tells us that pulsing beats faster, stimulating audio like traveling sound, and voices on the higher,
so-called brighter end of the audio spectrum like this can encourage focus.
Also, a familiar tune can help, so...
Liberty, 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 liberty.
In the auto business, safety starts underneath. That's why so many business owners trust Napa for undercar solutions. It's simple. Stop issues before they turn into costly comebacks. Go further with complete repairs that restore stopping, steering, and overall stability. And grow your shop by doing it right the first time. With premium rotors, pads, struts, and wheel hub assemblies, Napa has what you need to keep undercar under control. That's Napa know-how.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports.
The world's greatest coverage.
Taves, 3-on-1. Taves, Lee, scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Rob Runder at the Sports USA studios. They are in the second intermission in Raleigh. It's the Hurricanes 3 and the Golden Knights 3. And if the first two periods of this game are any indication of how this series is going to play out, we are all in for quite a treat. Let's take a listen back to the highlights from the second period. Vegas was down 2-1. It didn't take them long to get even.
Jacob Slavin in back of Freddie Anderson tries to clear it far side. Barbashev a steal. He sets up Eichel on the right wing. A shot, a zinger to the near corner, just wide, and it's held in. Now Barbashev with a shot. He scores! Eichel out of the corner. Ivan Barbashev in the dead slot. 19:30 left to go in the second period. This one 30 seconds into a period. The game is tied.
Sixth of the playoffs for Ivan Barbashev, 30 seconds into period number 2 from Eichel and McNabb, his 17th career playoff goal. And for Jack Eichel, his 17th assist of these playoffs. That's the most among all skaters. It was his 50th career playoff assist in only 57 playoff games. He is the fastest American-born player to reach the 50 assist mark in the playoffs. The game wouldn't stay tied for long. A little bit more than 4 minutes of game time later, William Karlsson gave Vegas the lead.
William Karlsson, Wild Bill, set up in the dead slot by Mitchell Marner, who picked up a loose puck off the draw in the far corner, and with 15:25 left in the second period, 3-2 Vegas.
Second of the playoffs for William Karlsson, 35th career playoff goal for the original Golden Knight from Marner and Howden, giving Vegas their first lead of the night, but the lead would only last a short time.
A quick turn of events here, an outstanding second period so far by Vegas. Hannafin can't clear center point. Miller, shot taken, they score! It's Jordan Stahl! DeAndre Miller keeps the zone, the captain gets it in the dead slot. And Carolina has tied game 1.
Hurricanes captain Jordan Stahl, third of the playoffs at 12:42 from Miller and Martinook, 41st career playoff goal, taking us to where we stand, 3-3 after 2 periods of play in game 1. Coming up next, our Billy Jaffe is going to talk to Golden Knights forward Ivan Barbashev. He had one of the goals in period number 2. You do not want to miss it. You're listening to game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more. At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that if you need a positive sign toward achieving your goal of home ownership, this is it. Because even though today's housing market can seem discouraging, our Home Buyer's Choice Loan offers members down payment options as low as 0% with no required private mortgage insurance. Look for your sign today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. Loan subject to approval and eligibility requirements. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/zerodown.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft chews, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Welcome back to the Sports USA studio, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. I am Rob Brender. Progressive Insurance, insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of the armed services, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. Your score after 2 periods of play in Raleigh, it's the Hurricanes 3 and the Golden Knights 3. Just a short time ago, our Billy Jaffe spoke to Golden Knights winger Ivan Barbashev.
All right, thanks very much, Ivan. All right, take me into the locker room after the first period. Just down by 1 goal, but at times vastly outplayed. What'd you guys talk about and what changed early in the second?
Nothing much. We just had, I think we just needed to calm down a little bit. Especially I think a lot of guys did a really good job in the first period, but, I think our line with me, Jack, and Pav, not so much. I think we made some turnovers and, we just had to get better, and that's what we did in the second period.
You guys sure did. In your goal, 30 seconds, it was an absolute rocket of a shot. Both your goals in that second period started below the goal line. That part of the game plan?
That's what we have to do. I think we've seen the first period, a lot of lines did a really good job just simply putting the puck in, and, especially in the second period. Just get it deep, play behind the net, and, just try to create some chances.
All right, you've been using your shoulder pad, 7 hits. Thanks for joining us here in the second intermission.
Okay, thank you.
That's Golden Knights winger Ivan Barbashev with our Billy Jaffe. More of the intermission report is coming up next. After 2 periods of play, it's the Hurricanes 3 and the Golden Knights 3. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause 30 told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rob Render at the Sports USA studios with more of our intermission report. This broadcast is presented by authority of Sports USA and the National Hockey League and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Sports USA and the NHL. Tonight's game is brought to you by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Your score after 2 periods of play in Raleigh, it's the Hurricanes 3 and the Golden Knights 3. To recap the goal scoring, Nikolai Ehlers broke the ice in period number 1, 25 seconds in from Slavin and Chatfield. Ehlers then picked up his second of the period, 6th of the playoffs at 12:08 from Jalen Chatfield, 15th career playoff goal. It is his second multi-goal game in these playoffs and the 5th of his career. That made it 2-0 Carolina. Shea Theodore capped off the goal scoring in the first period. The Vegas defenseman with his 5th of the playoffs at 13:28 from McNabb and Smith, 22nd career playoff goal to make it a 2-1 game. In period number 2, Ivan Barbashev got Vegas even 30 seconds in, his 6th of the playoffs from Eichel and McNabb. 17th career playoff goal. William Karlsson then gave Vegas a brief 3-2 advantage, his second of the postseason at 4:35 from Marner and Howden, 35th career playoff goal and his second in the last 3 games. It was the captain of the Hurricanes, Jordan Staal, who got them even at 12:42 of period number 2. Third of the playoffs from Keandre Miller and Jordan Martinook, 41st career playoff goal, taking us to where we stand heading into period number 3 in game 1 with the game all square. Hurricanes 3, Golden Knights 3. Coming up after this, we're going to rejoin our John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe for the third period. You're listening to game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that if you need a positive sign toward achieving your goal of home ownership, this is it. Because even though today's housing market can seem discouraging, our Home Buyer's Choice Loan offers members down payment options as low as 0% with no required private mortgage insurance. Look for your sign today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. Loan subject to approval and eligibility requirements. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/zerodown.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup Final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my home insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see which type of soap I put into the dishwasher. Not so good. Well, looks like the kids are enjoying their new indoor slip and slide.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sports USA, your home for the Stanley Cup Final, welcomes you back to Raleigh's Lenovo Center. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Vegas Golden Knights, the Carolina Hurricanes tied at 3 as we get set for period 3. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, Billy Jaffe back with you. It's time now for a stats report brought to you by eBay. eBay is home to millions of finds, and one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage band tee to the dream car you've been searching for, it's all there. eBay things people love. Well, on the shot chart, Vegas outshot Carolina. They turned the tables in the second period 11-4, but we've had an oddity in this game. Early goals. It was Nikolai Ehlers scoring early, 25 seconds into period 1. Ivan Barbashev scoring for Vegas 30 seconds into period 2. It's the first time in Stanley Cup final history that there has been a goal scored in the opening 30 seconds of both the first and the second period. Maybe we'll see something in the third period. Down to Billy Jaffe.
All right, thanks, Johnny. One thing that just strikes me, they're watching these two very stark, contrasting periods, Carolina winning the first, Vegas winning the second, is how these two teams' styles, we knew it going in, but you're really evident now, Edzo and Johnny, how different they are. You've got a very fast, aggressive team in all, zones of the ice. They play a man-to-man. Carolina does in their own zone, very aggressive, against a team that plays a zone defense in their own end and looks to grind teams more and looks to get after it. Vegas has out-hit Carolina 27-18. It just, from the ice level, it's just very stark contrast, but yet which one is more effective? I guess a 7-game series will be the one that gives us that answer.
And you're right, and that's a great point, Billy. It's interesting to see it because they're drastically different in some ways, and we'll see how it plays out, and the coaches will have a lot to do with it, right, in terms of how they adjust to each other. So we'll keep an eye on that. That should be great. As we get set for the start of this third period, deadlocked at 3, it's Carolina, who has been perfect on home ice in the Stanley Cup playoffs, 6-0 until this point. Vegas has won 6 playoff games in a row, including a 4-game sweep over Colorado to reach the Stanley Cup final. Vegas winning the Stanley Cup in 2023, and here in Raleigh, it's the first time in 20 years. As the Carolina Hurricanes, coming off the lockout in 04-05, won the 06 Stanley Cup in a thrilling 7-game series over the Edmonton Oilers. The Canes will defend the goal down to our right here in the third period, clad in their home black sweaters. Vegas obviously left to right in the third period in front of Carter Hart. 16 shots total taken by Carolina on Carter Hart, and 15 shots taken by Vegas on Freddie Anderson, who has been absolutely stellar in these playoffs. Little ice repair down to our left along the end boards to the right of Hart. Linesman Matt McPherson taking care of that. He's working tonight with Devin Berg and Chris Rooney and Wes McCauley, a veteran core of 4 working this game. So the opening faceoff of the third period, Jordan Stahl, whose goal in the second period had tied the game at 3, opposed by Tomas Hertl. And we'll see where game 1 goes from here. The puck is down, play is underway. Carter Hart, a mishandle in back of the goal on a rim. Near wall stalls on it for Carolina at the hash mark. He'll pull up. He's defended on the play by Mitch Marner. Vegas starting this third period on the power play. 18 seconds left in it. Time for a final rush. Jack Eichel out to center ice. He'll gain the zone far side. At the point, held in by Hertl. Near side Dorofeyev. A shot sizzles wide on the glove side of Freddie Anderson. Vegas reestablishes near point Theodore. Near hash mark, it's bumped along by Dorofeyev. Mark Stone in back of the goal. Separated from the puck by Sean Walker. Loose along the near boards. A pinch by Chatfield. Hertl now tries to win the battle from him. Even terms on the ice. Even terms where it counts. Hertl swings it in front. Dorofeyev off a stick. Flung high on a tip by William Karlsson, who had Anderson dead to rights.
Boy, Freddie Anderson really read that well, moving left to right.
Out of the near corner. Vegas grinding out Hertl in front, unattainable for William Karlsson, who has a goal tonight. A pinch by McNabb, far hash mark. Karlsson tied up, he's pestered. And it's broken up by Walker, not out, held in center point. Theodore, wrist shot wide. Scrambling is Anderson. Chatfield, far point, can't get it out. McNabb near side, Theodore to the slot in front. They score! That's hockey, baby! What a setup! Beautiful setup by Shea Theodore. And getting to it is Brett Howden for his 11th goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and Vegas up by 1.
What a start to this third period, just like the start that they had in the second. What a move by Shea Theodore, about 15 feet inside the offensive blue line. He held on to this puck. He faked the shot. He faked outside. He goes inside. It ended up being defenseman Sean Walker that was well out trying to defend Theodore, and then Howden somehow did. He got a stick on it and deflected it in to the back of the net, and it's a 4-3 lead for the Golden Knights.
Somehow did. You are priceless. Edzo has come equipped to play here tonight. Now it's cleared in. 18:32 left in regulation. A quick shot off the draw. Hart says no. Eric Robinson, dead slot. Near point, Gostisbehere. Carolina looking to respond here. Fed in by Gostisbehere to the near corner. Back of the goal. William Carrier for Carolina. Far point it goes. Nikishin. He'll angle a pass and back of the goal for Robinson. Slot pass denied. Broken up beautifully by Noah Hannafin, who sets up Rasmus Anderson, and he'll lug it out. Near side through center. Chip in charge by Cole Smith. Nikishin in back of his own goal down to our right. Carolina starts a breakout. Pitched out. Swatted at by Robinson. Checked on the play by Dowd. And it goes far side in front of that Kane bench. Recoiling is Aho. Strip broken up. Dorofeev turned out by Freddie Anderson. Mark that one. Big stop by Carolina's goaltender Barbashev just by Eichel in the slot. Near side Theodore. His shot is blocked. In back of the goal. Ivan Barbashev to the far side. To the near corner. Good hustle by Jack Eichel. He's got the puck. He'll walk it in back of the goal. He shakes free of DeAndre Miller. Lays it back, broken up by Jarvis. 2-on-2. He and Svechnikov. They crisscross. Near wing Jarvis in the zone. Great stick play. Great defensive play by Shea Theodore. And the puck is cleared out to center ice. Batted down with a high stick, so we get a stoppage.
Well, the one thing that Carolina is realizing quickly, for the first time in these playoffs, they're being outplayed at times in the game. They haven't had a lot of adversity in these playoffs, and you could tell at times they're scrambling, which they're usually the team that the so-called Jimmy Choo is on the other foot. And Vegas, when they get going and they get steamrolling, they can get it going in the offensive zone.
So Brett Howden, with his 11th goal of the playoffs, he had 12 goals in the regular season. From Shea Theodore and Braden McNabb at 121. Vegas back on top. Anderson, a wrap chance, stopped. And the rebound flung wide by Brett Howden. William Karlsson near side. Cycles the puck to the near corner for Howden. He'll grind out again to the near hash. Give it to Anderson. It's tipped, knocked down in front. And battling for ice there. On a tie-up was Marner. Out to center. Caroline on the gallop now. Far wing, right wing side Hall. And back of the goal, Stankhoven. To a vacated shot. Taken here by Miller up top. That goes high off the glass. Near point Miller. He's in control of it. He'll wind it along. Collected by Hall. Hall plays it outside the blue line. Forced out by Marner. And a reset for Carolina. Slavin as they get onside. Near side over the line in the zone. Crisscrossing now with Blake. Slavin attempting to get it back. Blake goes deep. Stankhoven in back of the goal. Right-handed shot. Holding on to it. He'll kick it to the far corner. In the slot. Blake a shot. Great stop. Pad save. Carter Hart. Now the puck is dumped out of play by Slavin off a stick. Let's go down to Billy Jaffe.
Thanks, Johnny. Hey, that last shift by Vegas, that long cycle where they get the opportunity, that is the kind of shift that breaks down the aggressive man-to-man defense, Edzo, from the Carolina Hurricanes. It can be relentless. It can be very stifling, the man-to-man. But on the other hand, if you miss one assignment, right, that's when opportunities happen. And that's the kind of grind game that Vegas wants to do.
16:03 left in this third period.
Weren't the shots at one time 14-3 or 13-3 at one point?
Yes.
But right now, Vegas got 19.
That's right.
And Carolina has 18. So that means they have a one-shot lead there, Johnny, so far.
Write that down.
Okay.
No calculator.
I got my crayons going.
Yeah,
you got the abacus. I got the calculator.
That's all we need, right?
Billy's going to ask IA on his phone there and see what that comes up with.
Billy's got all the gadgets.
Is it IA or AI? I'm sorry.
AI.
I'm sorry. I thought it was IA.
AI.
I thought there was only one AI. Practice.
The great Allen Iverson along the boards. That's another world, another sport, another time. Anyway, let's carry on. Out of the near corner. In the Carolina zone down to our right. Sissons tied up by Jankowski. And now out of the pileup, Nikishin has it in back of the goal. The rookie clears it far wall. It comes all the way back in the Vegas zone. No icing. Theodore punished by William Carrier along the end boards. The Golden Knights get it out to center. Chipped in the zone by Stone. In the trapezoid, Anderson, the goaltender. Played along the near side. Dowd tied up. And now Miller emerges with the puck, and Carolina's out right to left. Through center, the great skating of Ehlers. Right side, left side stall, a shot. Fought off by Hart. Off the corner glass in play. Ehlers in back of the goal. Feeds it, far point for Walker. Wrist shot off the blocker of Hart. Directed into the protective netting.
Where the Jordan Staal chance. Carter Hart read that beautifully. The puck was on the right wing boards. It got passed all the way over by Nikolai Ehlers. What a beautiful backhand pass. Probably made a 64-foot pass right on the tape of Jordan Staal, but Carter Hart read it. And I think he was able to read it, Johnny, because the way that the puck was positioned on the stick of Nikolai Ehlers, left-handed shot coming down the right side of the ice. He's not a threat to shoot. So he can be on his way to be able to make that save over on the other side. So he was already there once Staal got the puck, and I want to say nothing's easy in the National Hockey League, but he made it look easy on that save.
And that's how the goalies read shots, read plays, and they have to be able to do that.
Yeah, and when you look at me, I know when it's time I should just not talk and let you kind of do what you do so beautifully.
Whatever that is. Now, Marner off the boards and out to center. People have been wondering for a long time. Aho now along the near side, cut off. Out into the slot alone. There's a chance for Marner. Rolls off his stick. Center point kept by Theodore. Off sticks and deep. Fought for him back of the goal. Carlson kicks it out. Chatfield gets it. It goes by Marner, and Carolina survives all of that. Jarvis, left wing side at the line, defended. Beautiful defense by Shea Theodore, who's had a great Stanley Cup playoff for the Vegas Golden Knights. McNabb takes a hit from Svechnikov, but delivers a clear with touch back in the Carolina zone. No icing. Changes for both teams.
Carolina would love to get that Aho line going. They did have a couple of good shifts late in the second period. But Rod Brindamore, as we mentioned earlier, talked about it in his press conference this morning, that if Carolina is going to get to where they want to get to, he thinks that they need to get on the score sheet. And it's been a quiet playoff for the Sebastian Aho line, along with Svechnikov and Jarvis.
I mean, it's not unusual, right, Eddie, that top players get canceled out and you see the bottom of the order come through. But at some point, the best players at this stage
find a way.
Find a way.
Yeah, find a way.
And Vegas has had no problem with that from their top end for the entire playoff. Just about 6 minutes gone in this third period. Off the draw, Jordan Staal feeds it in for Martinook. He'll grind on Hannafin, two former teammates. Hannafin will get to it, move the puck, held in near point, settled along by Miller, far side Ehlers, turning with it. It deflects to the slot.
Oh,
Anderson hit hard. Jordan Staal coming up high on Rasmus Anderson.
There was, Johnny, I think there was a delay of game here, closing the hand on the puck. It's going to be on Rasmus Anderson.
Wow.
He threw this puck out of the zone.
Vegas penalty number 4, 2 minutes closing his hand on the puck.
It was Jordan Martinook, I believe, that went and took a run at Anderson. And unfortunately for him, the timing was the puck was up in the air. And he got it and he tried to throw it out of the zone. And that's what referee Chris Roney made the call.
With 13:51 left in this third period, it's Vegas 4, Carolina 3. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA. We'll be back after these local messages.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
The quest for the Cup down to its final round. It's Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals as the Carolina Hurricanes host the Vegas Golden Knights on NHL Network Radio. Live coverage from Raleigh on now, followed by a complete recap and analysis. It's on Channel 91 and on the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
We talked about this prior to the playoffs even starting. Victor Wembanyama is one playoff run away from having the tag of the best player in the world.
Your home for the latest analysis and discussion of the NBA Finals is SiriusXM NBA Radio.
The momentum that the Knicks take into these finals, there's definitely a different vibe.
The San Antonio Spurs, those guys are some dogs.
Your destination for the NBA Finals is SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86 and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Hockey Hall of Famer Henrik Lundqvist. What's the biggest difference from Game 82 to Game 83 and beyond?
Well, everything you feel during the regular season, you feel in the playoffs just more. There's nothing better than to step on the ice, and the crowd is into it. You can feel it in the buildings. It makes you feel alive, and it's an incredible feeling.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Game 1 here in Raleigh, Stanley Cup Final, 13:51 left in regulation, 4-3 Vegas. Power play Carolina, Rasmus Andersson, 2 minutes delay of game, closing his hand on the puck. Face off in the near circle to the right of Carter Hart. Stahl, Aho, Svechnikov, Gostisbehere, and Jarvis for Carolina. A man up. Nick Dowd gets a loose puck and right up the gut. Gets a clear to kill time early.
Beautiful job on one face-off by the Vegas Golden Knights. A set play, a huge play. You kill off at least 20-25 seconds.
Now right to left, power play breakout for Carolina. Ehlers a going concern tonight. From the near corner, a tough pass for Aho at the far point, and the puck comes out to neutral ice. 30 seconds gone in the power play. 13:20 left in regulation. Carolina organizing their breakout through center. Near side, Svechnikov, a long pass out of the reach of Aho. He one-arms it in, kicked out by Lausanne, and it comes all the way back to the far point. Gostisbehere. Near side along the boards and downhill, Ehlers. Center point, Gostisbehere. Near side, Jarvis will look it over. Gostisbehere and Jarvis play catch. Cross ice, a reset for Aho. High slot, Gostisbehere. Jarvis goes high with a wedge slapper, and it comes out to center.
Lausanne had lost his stick. Howden gave him his stick. And then Howden went to the bench, and then Carolina took advantage and just missed.
Gostisbehere flings it in the near circle, encumbering Jarvis, broken up by Marner. He'll get out shorthanded. Eichel in possession, far side. Eichel takes it into the house, stopped by Freddie Anderson. He'll put it on a tee now for Ehlers. They start again. 34 seconds left in the power play. Vegas has 4 shorthanded goals in the postseason. Gostisbehere now moves it back. It's lugged out through center by Logan Stankoven. Over the red line, over the blue line, near side, Taylor Hall. He's checked on the play. Carlson gets the puck, and it's snapped out of the zone by Mark Stone.
So far, so good for the Vegas Golden Knights. It all started, Johnny, with that set face-off play. Killed off a good 20-25 seconds, and Carolina has had a couple of looks, but nothing real solid.
Here comes Stankoven, center point to the outside. Blake back for Stankoven on the far flank. To the point it goes. Miller now holding on to it out of the box. Anderson, even terms. Walker, a screenshot blocked. Good block it was that time by Shea Theodore, and it comes out to center ice. Carolina back on it. 11:37 left in this third period. Along the near side boards, Blake with a stumble and a dump out by Vegas' Nick Dowd, and it comes all the way back in the Carolina zone. Walker, Miller, Keandre Miller, pestered on a back check through center by Sissons. He'll dump it in. It goes in back of Carter Hart. Carrier on the forecheck all over Dylan Coghlan. Coghlan gets help from Sissons, and Vegas is back out to center ice, protecting a 1-goal lead here in Game 1. Puck is cleared in for Dorothea. He's sandwiched a bit by Chatfield and Martinook. They go to the far corner. Barbashev tries to rescue the puck. Chatfield far wall, Jankowski. Delango out of play.
It might be out of play here. I think that went into the crowd, Johnny. This could be delay a game.
Good pickup, Edzo. Vegas wants a call. We'll see. The officials will talk about it. And it is. Or is it? It will be.
Mark Jankowski was in the area.
Carolina penalty number 77, 2 minutes delay a game.
Yeah, the dreaded dog penalty. That's DOG for delay a game, Johnny. Just in case.
The old dog.
Yeah, it was Jankowski about 5 feet from the blue line, and Jeremy Loizan, I don't know if he wants to be an official when he stops playing, but he put his arm right up at the blue line there, and the right call made. So what a chance here for Vegas. Up 1, going on the power play. Opportunity to get some separation here in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final.
They kill a power play. Now it's on a platter as Vegas goes a man up. 10:48 left in regulation. 4-3 Golden Knights in Game 1. Shots are even at 19. Dorothea. Stick handles in the zone. Curls near hash. Far side pass picked off by Martinook, and he'll get it clear.
Dorothea trying to force something all the way over to Tomas Hertl. It wasn't there. Good read by Carolina.
90 seconds left in the power play. Marner will quarterback his way out through the logo now. Eichel mid-ice over the line. To the far side he goes at the hash mark. He pulls up, sets up Hertl. Hertl to the far point. A backhand pass rejected by Jarvis. And it comes out to center. Wound along. Carolina has scored one shorty in the postseason. Jalen Chatfield has it. Hertl hits a seam. He's in just wide. Forced wide by Miller. A wrist shot. Just missing on the near side of Anderson. And now Carolina will get to it. Aho through center. Jarvis in the zone. Pestered by Stone. And Jarvis will keep it deep.
Good recovery there by Stone and Eichel. Carolina was sniffing for a shorty.
50 seconds left in the manpower advantage. Dead center, a steal by Jarvis. He walks in over the line. He's separated from the puck. Vegas back out. Far side over the line. Eichel. Eichel from the far wall. Waits for a change. He sets up William Karlsson. Winding out Barbashev. Center point Theodore. Pass rejected. Good play. Eric Robinson. Out to center. Then he's hounded. Then going down in the process was Barbashev with no call.
Barbashev wanted a call. He's yelling at referee Chris Rooney behind the play.
22 seconds left in the manpower advantage. Brett Howden slings it back for Karlsson. Moved along for Rasmus Anderson. He'll wind it. He's shoved down by Miller out of the far corner. Vegas now in possession. Howden is hounded on the play. And Walker with help up top from Martinook will get it out. And that'll do it. Jankowski, 2 seconds left. And the Caniacs will roar in approval.
What a huge penalty kill for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Out to center, no shots on the power play for Vegas. 8:55 left. Play is sent all the way down for icing with 8:46 left. Icing Vegas in a face-off in their zone.
We say it often, Johnny. The game, the National Hockey League, it is about a game of momentum. And when you have it, how do you cash in? What do you do with it? And when you don't have it and it's against you, you got to stop it first. Yeah, you want to get it back on your side, but there's a lot of different ways to get that.
Right.
Well, you could argue right now Carolina has got some momentum after a huge penalty kill in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final when you're trailing. And now let's see if it feeds over into their 5-on-5 play.
Face off in the far circle down to our left, won by Vegas, but possession will go to Carolina near side. Gostisbehere, he scores! There you go, Edzo, you called it. The ghost reappears, Shane Gostisbehere with a stinging wrister from just inside the near circle. 8:41 left. We're tied at 4.
The Vegas bench is absolutely up in arms. I don't know if it was because of the icing call. I would lean more that way. And then Carolina wins the faceoff. It was a scrambled play. Gostisbehere, instead of staying out at his blue line position, came down about 15 feet and fired one short side on Carter Hart. And this game is tied up at 4.
Wow, icing is called here against Vegas right off the center ice draw. 8:34 left in regulation. Listen to this crowd.
Getting a couple of looks at the replay, I believe that the officials made the right call. Jeremy Lauzon did not get to the red line. He was the one that ended up icing the puck, and I think it was the right call. Now, obviously, Vegas sees it another way, and we got ourselves a tie game.
Gostisbehere, his third goal of the playoffs, set up by Logan Stankoven at 11:19 is tied at Miller. Near point shot, pad save Hart. Rebound in back of the goal. Anderson Rasmus moves it to the slot. A shot by Hall is blocked by Noah Hannafin. And the Golden Knights get out of dodge. They come out to center. Rasmus Anderson will bounce it by Freddie Anderson.
Now, who's got the momentum now? The home team.
The pendulum just going back and forth as it should be. If this is an indicator, this is going to be a great series. Now, in the center right zone, Walker just inside his own line. D to D with Miller. He'll aerial flip a bouncer in on Hart. They blow it dead. It's 7:49 left in this third period.
I think that was offside, Johnny,
Yeah.
so we're going to take a break.
It was some confusion on the play, but that is exactly it. 7:49 left in regulation time. The Golden Knights, the Hurricanes, tied at 4. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Welcome back to the Grainger broadcast booth inside Lenovo Center, along with Eddie Olczyk and Billy Jaffe. I'm John Forsland. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. You'll find professional-grade supplies and solutions for every industry when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. 7:49 left in regulation time. Game 1 of this best-of-7 Stanley Cup final, deadlocked at 4.
And also, too, Johnny, getting another replay look. I think another argument for Vegas on that icing call is they felt that Cole Smith won the race for the icing, and that's why they kind of feel it would have been negated. Now, getting a chance to see that look in the replay we just saw from our friends at ABC and ESPN, I think they might have had a beef.
Okay.
That Smith had won the foot race in order to negate the icing.
Okay.
So I'm sure that will, I'll just say, that'll be talked about post-game. There is no doubt about that.
Post-game, off day, the morning of Game 2. And that will be Thursday night. Bob Brinder has the pregame show here on Sports USA at 7:30 Eastern Time. Martinook with a chance, a wraparound bid. That was blocked in front. And now Carolina gets it again, center point. Chatfield shot, pawed down by Hart. Left in the near circle. Martinook will fling it off the far wall. Ehlers, great hustle. He'll wind it up. Nikolai Ehlers near side with a wrister, blocked in front. McNabb with the block, and the Golden Knights will get it out to center. Forked along to the red line for Jordan Staal. He'll dump it in, and Carolina will change. 13 minutes gone in this third period. Game 1 tied at 4. Keandre Miller, D to D with Sean Walker. Through center, near side, over the line, Jarvis to the slot. It goes by Svechnikov to the far corner. To the point, Walker, a shot wide. And now, getting to it is Sissons. He'll dump it out to center for Mark Stone. Golfing at it. Sean Walker, hassled by Stone, a carry in. Hurdle, in front for Sissons, denied, and frozen by Freddie Anderson.
What a play by Mark Stone. Pressure on Sean Walker. Hurdle with great support, and then Hurdle all the way over. Anderson moving right to left. Don't know if he got a lot on it, but enough with the pressure by Svechnikov on Sissons' back pocket. Don't know if it went off his stick or his skate. Haven't seen a clean look, but clearly a really good play all the way around by Vegas.
Near circle draw, Carolina possession, far side. Sissons all over his man. It's Jarvis. Puck is free. Aho gets to it. He'll carry the puck out to center. Sebastian Aho at the red line. Near side blue line. A pull-up. Svechnikov. Sharp shot. Pad save Hart. Directed near corner. And now Mark Stone is forechecked by Svechnikov. They jam it back of the goal. It pops out. Vegas under duress. They'll get to it. Flipped out of the zone by Hertl. 14 minutes gone in this third period tie. Now to the far side in his own zone, Hannafin. Through center, he turns it over to Blake. Blake in a change gets to it. A backhander. Stopped. Caught by Carter Hart on a miscue.
Noah Hannafin trying to go through the middle of the ice. If you're going to do it, you better ice it, or it better be 20 feet high. He is another delivery right in the middle of the ice, and Carolina comes awfully close to taking a lead.
So with 5:49 left in the third period, we're tied at 4. You're listening to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA. We'll be back after these local messages.
As the U.S. men's national team prepares for the FIFA World Cup, their final tune-up match is on Sirius XM.
Now it's the top of right! Patty Wright scores!
Saturday at 2:30 Eastern, hear Westwood One's broadcast of USA versus Germany on Channel 157.
What a finish! Sebastian Berhalter! My word, what a goal!
And after the match, Sirius XM FC will have extended post-game coverage on Channel 157 and the Sirius XM app.
We're still here playing your songs. They are attached to special memories in people's lives.
Check into the Eagles channel, Hotel California.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
We had no idea that it would affect as many people as it did.
The musical world of the Eagles, guest DJs, and a fan-voted countdown. Hotel California now on Channel 105 and the Sirius XM app wherever you stream.
Nothing puts you closer to the action than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
How hard is it to sign off on a waiver saying you can interview the guy? Like, give me a break. This is all a bunch of BS. To me, it's disrespectful to Bruce Cassidy in the process, and still out of respect for what he's done for your franchise. And, in this case, the Stanley Cup, I think it could be handled in a much easier manner. I think all the way around it stinks personally, but, that seems to be the MO in Vegas.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Kohl's. From comfy tees to hats and more, find everything you need to show off your team pride all season long at Kohl's and Kohls.com. John Forsland, Eddie Olczyk, and Billy Jaffe back with you. Lenovo Center, Raleigh, Game 1, Stanley Cup Final. 5:49 left in regulation. Tied at 4. Near circle draw, down to our left. Vegas zone, Gostisbehere near point. He's just tied the game. He walks at center point, far side, a shot, blocked in front. Good bid that time by Nikishin. And it comes out through center and all the way back in the Kane zone. Gostisbehere back of the goal, throws on the brakes ahead of Nick Dowd and plays it along the far boards and out. Jankowski through the middle, shoved in the zone by Robinson. He'll get after it. Coughlin defending. He'll kick it out. Dylan Coughlin will to the far corner. Nick Dowd gets control. He'll flip it out for Kolasar, who's pestered at the red line by Nikishin. Now Kolasar will send it in for a line change. Rolled around to the near side. Carolina now starts a breakout right to left through center. Goes by Robinson. He'll go off on a line change. McNabb out to center at the red line. Carlson. Pass on and off the stick. Recaptured by Howden. He'll dump it. Near corner, far side it goes. Martinook is there for Carolina, supported by Slavin. Jacob Slavin flips it out to center ice. Puck rolls around at the line, defended by Theodore. Back out to the center zone. Vegas on the prowl here at the line, and Howden will recoil to the red line and start again as they regroup it back. 4:39 left in regulation, tied at 4. Howden will send it in for Vegas near corner. Dorothea, fresh on a change, gets after it. Hassling Chatfield along the boards. He has the puck. Dorothea turns a shot. Caught by Freddie Anderson.
Well, to the left of Freddie Anderson, Dorothea and Eichel go to work. And with Dorothea shooting this puck, Eichel came from below the goal line. He got bumped a little bit, and don't know if he made any contact with Anderson or not, but that's an excellent save with sticks and bodies right out in front.
Face off near circle, won by Eichel. Anderson near point, pad save. Anderson directed right to the near corner. Aho tries to move it. Rasmus Anderson, a pinch for Vegas along the near boards, out of the pileup. He's out to center, and Eichel can't get it deep. Miller through center, Aho center point over the line. Right side for Jarvis. Jarvis shot off Hanifin. Goes to the near corner at the hash. Miller off the pad of Hart. The rebound. Jarvis kicked out by Hart. And Vegas now can't get it out. It's held in by Aho. This game just swinging back and forth. Svechnikov, a heavy hit on Noah Hanifin. Along the far boards just inside the line. Aho down low. Jarvis a shot. What a save! Larsenis. What a stop by Carter Hart. Robbing Seth Jarvis for the top corner.
Well, this line has found its offensive game here in the third period. Aho, Svechnikov, and Jarvis. Beautiful pass by Aho, and a backhand pass from the goal line out, and he tries to go back and shoot the other way, and with a screen in front of the net. Looking at the replay, Carter Hart watches this puck into his glove, and just beautifully done all the way around the set. Offensive play, and then the great save, a huge save by Carter Hart.
3:39 left in regulation. The Golden Knights get it out. Almost a breakaway for Sissons from Hurdle. Far corner Sissons. Carolina zone is by Hurdle in back of the goal. Get to it near corner. Cycle out to the slot. Sissons for Hurdle in front. He scores! In the dead slot, Tomas Hurdle. Set up beautifully by Colton Sissons on a cycle. 3:24 left in regulation. 5-4 Vegas.
How about Tomas Hurdle? In his playoff career, this is his 18th game one. He now has 9 goals in game ones of playoffs in the National Hockey League, and what a beautiful play. Sissons with a beautiful no-look backhand pass. Hurdle comes off the right wing boards. He's a left-handed shot. He gets an advantageous situation. He gets a step on Gostisbehere and goes stick side shelf on Freddie Anderson, and this game is 5-4.
Okay, 3:20 left in it. And a huge goal. Tomas Hurdle went through a long drought. Regular season, the beginning of the playoffs. And remember,
almost 30 games.
Yes, it was.
29 games.
And remember, he had that huge goal in the game that Colorado had control of by 3 goals in the third game of the previous round. Vegas came all the way back with a heroic comeback in the second period. Hurdle with a huge goal, sealing that one. And now with 2:50 left in the third period, the Golden Knights lead by 1. We'll keep an eye on Freddie Anderson. Marner tries to clear it out. It deflects in back of Carter Hart to the far corner. Jeremy Lauzon will get to it out to center. It's William Karlsson in front of the Canes bench at the blue line. He'll dump it in. Near side, Marner now retreats to the near point. Feeds it to open ice, far side in the Carolina zone. 2:25 left. Game number 1, it's been a dandy. Now it's taken back here by Ehlers out of the corner. Forecheck by Marner. The jam, now a steal by Howden. Howden out of the corner, crunched on the play as he was separated from the puck. And now it's played along to Seth Jarvis, who winds it along. Ehlers had that separating check on Howden. Chetfield, far side at the red line, tries to go deep. Howden has the puck. They try and move along with 2:01 left in regulation. Anderson, for now, staying put. Freddie Anderson will put it on a tee in back of his own goal. The Canes will start a breakout, inspired by their crowd. 1:49 left. There goes Anderson. Right to left come the Hurricanes through center. It's dumped all the way around near corner. Rasmus Anderson moves it far side. Jarvis to the point man. Walker to the wall. Carried in by Aho to the corner. It's Jarvis. 6 skaters out. Carolina. Errant pass. Aho intended for Walker comes all the way back in the Carolina zone. 1:25 left in regulation. Game number 1. Right now, Tomas Hurdle has the difference-making goal. Keandre Miller out to center at the red line. A shoot in. Near the far side to the corner. McNabb is on it first. He gets help from Theodore for the empty net just wide of the far post, icing Vegas.
You got a timeout if you want, if you're Rod Brindamore. See if he gets the dry erase board out and gives his players an opportunity to breathe a little bit.
Tomas Hertl, his fourth goal of the postseason from Colton Sissons and Shea Theodore at 16:36. We'll get a timeout here for Carolina. Hertl recording his 32nd Stanley Cup playoff goal.
Rod Brindamore has the dry erase board out for his team. Assistant coach Johnny Stevens, who runs the defense, has the dry erase board out for John Tortorella and the Vegas Golden Knights. So the reminders are, and they've gone through these situations on both sides hundreds and hundreds of times, is just the reminders.
Yep.
And also what teams like to do when they get to this situation off of a set face-off play. So that's the reminders. Anything goes if you're Vegas. And for Carolina, you don't want to try to pass the puck into the back of the net. If there's a lane there, you want to get it towards the net. You have the extra attacker, but most importantly, you have the extra man out here. And if it's one of these tied-up face-offs, 50-50 puck, you have to find a way to get the puck and get into your offensive scheme.
Hertl has 8 points in his last 8 games. 66 seconds left. Face-off down to our left, near circle. Stahl, Aho, Svechnikov, joined by Ehlers, Jarvis, and Gostisbehere. The 6 skaters out for Rod Brindamore. Nick Dowd, right-handed shot, taking the draw for Vegas on his power side. Devin Berg, the linesman, now just situating the boys at the center ice, the face-off circle. Stahl and Dowd. More instruction. Dowd with his stick down. Stahl tries to outweight this. And a face-off possessed by Carolina near point. Jarvis. Wrist shot taken, blocked. The pinball's all the way back in the Carolina zone. Stone and Dowd attacking him. 55 seconds left here in game 1. Vegas with a 1-goal lead. Gostisbehere through center. Ehlers at the red line, detected by Cole Smith. Puck goes high. Pawed down by Smith. He'll carry in legally. He's hassled, taken down by Stahl. Carolina's got the puck. Ehlers zings a pass. Choked off by Stone. Hacked along by Stahl. It goes deep. Hart in back of the goal on a tee for McNabb. Far side Stone. 32 seconds left. He gets support from William Karlsson. The boys tie it up along the far walls. Dug out. Carolina resets it. Near point, Gostisbehere. A shot swallowed up without rebound by Hart.
Where Carolina did a good job of keeping that play alive as Stone and Stahl come together. I don't think Jordan Stahl did not like Mark Stone giving him the business about 10 feet from the blue line, trying to get the puck out of the zone. And John Tortorella right now wanting a hurry-up face-off. You're not going to get it. Sometimes I do ponder why the face-offs become very slow towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
For both sides, but another huge face-off to the right of Carter Hart.
Okay, 22.3 seconds on the clock. Jordan Stahl and Colton Sissons this time. The face-off again, Carolina wins it. Stankoven fumbles it near point. He'll hunt it down at center. 16 seconds left. To the far boards now, curling Ehlers. Near side Blake. He'll capture the puck to the slot. Broken up. McNabb's got it off the boards and out, sending it all the way down. 6 seconds on the clock. Icing is called. 5.6 seconds remaining.
Well, 2 face-offs on that right face-off dot to Carter Hart. Carolina has won them both.
Same spot. 5.6 seconds left. Sissons for Vegas. Stahl for Carolina. 6 skaters out. Vegas with a 1-goal lead. 6 are down. Face off. Won by Carolina. Stankoven. One-timer in the Keeshan wide. And Hart got a piece of it. 0.3 on the clock and now 0. And the Vegas Golden Knights have picked up game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Maybe some help from Mitch Marner there, Johnny, on the shot block. Set face-off play. Carolina did everything that you wanted. Just unfortunately for them, not able to tie this game up. What a great Stanley Cup final, game one.
What a game it was, and Tomas Hertl with the game-winning goal in the third period, breaking the 4-all tie, and the Golden Knights pick up a 5-4 win in game one of the Stanley Cup final. Tonight's defender of the game is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of the armed services. Veterans and their families, you can learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission.